So I don't really care what you say, Jimmy. I'm gonna torture you anyway.
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair. And I'm wondering how I'll get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. And I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep the smile from my face. Losing control, yeah, I'm all over the place. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. When you started out with nothing and you're proud that you're a self-made man. And your friends, they all come crawling, slap you on the back and say, please, try to make some sense of it all, but I can see it makes no sense at all. Is it cool to go to sleep on the floor? 'Cause I don't think that I can take anymore. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. And you started out with nothing and you're proud that you're a self-made man. And your friends, they all come calling, slap you on the back and say, please, please. Yeah, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair. And I'm wondering how I'll get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. Stuck in the middle with you. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Wow. So I've been putting off starting this. I've drank a little bit too much. I apologize.
Look at you with Reservoir Dog quotes and fucking Steeler wheels. When the fuck did you get taste?
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
I enjoy everything by Quentin Tarantino. Can't argue with it.
You really can't.
No.
So you didn't
So-
picture yourself severing off Jimmy's ear while that song was playing, did you? 'Cause
I
That's a
most
little
I most
twisted. Dude.
definitely did. I most definitely did. And I was severing way more than just his ear. That's for sure.
Jesus Christ. All right, so you said you're a little drunk. I just have to put out there that I'm really stoned right now. So I don't know how this is gonna go.
Well, good thing they don't drug test you up here. That's for sure.
That's fucking true. All right, so I'm here to defend the groove to the best of my ability. I hear you have some grievances.
Grievances with the grooves. That's for sure. I feel like I should explain the sort of general vibe to the chat before we get going. So basically, my issue is that like Jimmy gets so much support, but he does so much like piece of shit things, and I really don't understand the support. People send him donations. People I like send him donations, and they'll happily be his friend. But this guy's like a real piece of shit. I just don't get it. He's a swatter. He watches suspicious animes. He completely disrespects his family. And today he was laughing at RBR, a cancerous man shouting for help on his floor. I mean,
That's
I don't
fair.
know.
That's
I
very
guess I'm
fair.
just-
My
guess-
explanation for it is I think people care about the show itself. They like the community aspect of it. They like the fact that people go up there and throw chairs or
we'll
call
get to
someone
the
a
debate.
faggot. Yeah.
I guess I'm just kind of tired of
some
all
of
the
this-
Jimmy support.
Some
and I
of
think
this
he
shit's
deserves-
hard to defend. There's no doubt.
I think he deserves a lot more hatred than he gets. That's for sure. But no, you're right. A lot of it is hard to defend, and I don't think a lot of people do defend his actions. I think a lot of people try to ignore them. They try to forgive him. I think a lot of people see Jimmy as like a younger brother, as they view him as almost childlike because, well, he's retarded and he's kind of stunted in the head. I mean, mentally he's still in high school, so
I don't know if
Does-
retarded's fair, but he's definitely stunted a few years. Yeah, I would say that's true.
mentally still in high school. We'll go with that. And I think that kind of gets him a bit of slack from the community at whole. Art's a way to complain about stunted because stunted implies that he is growing but just slower. I think I don't think he's growing. I think he's reached max. Well, height definitely. He's definitely reached maximum height.
So you think
I-
he's done growing as a person, is what you're telling me?
I think he's done growing with maturity as well. I don't think he's going to get more mature.
Ah, that's a tough pill to swallow. I don't know if I believe that. I think there's still hope. It's getting slimmer and slimmer by the day, but I still think there's hope he could have a normal, happy life. I guess that remains to be seen.
I mean,
He doesn't help himself, that's for sure.
I would like that would be the best end game for all this is Jimmy does grow up, but I don't really see that happening. I've said it from day one. Jimmy cooks himself. He does half my job for me. Even if I just stopped annoying Jimmy, he would keep cooking himself.
I think that's
So-
why he hates the clip channels as much as he does. I think
He
it's
does.
less about eating off the plate and more about being held accountable for his actions and the things he says, which I guess isn't really fair because I say a lot of fucked up shit too. So, but there's a line, and I guess we'll go over some
Not
of
like
that.
him.
Yeah,
Not like him. Not even close. I forgot where I was going with that, but I don't know. Player one says this is as good as it gets. It's all downhill from Jimmy for Jimmy. I agree. I do agree. I don't think he gets better. He was talking about swatting someone just the other day.
I don't know how
That's
many
like his-
times I could tell him that's a bad move. He's not. He doesn't listen to me. That's the other part of this. Right? He's
Yeah.
a Deacon up there, a guy who I've literally sent him screenshots of Deacon banning everyone. Right? He gets up there and be like, "Oh no, now it's a fake me that you just happen to give a wrench to," and Jimmy believes it. He fucking believes it. Shit like that just makes me shake my head. Like, there's only so much I could try to help this kid. And I have. I mean, I think everyone here knows that I've tried helping this dude. It's just, it's a fool's
Plenty
errand.
of people have. Plenty
Yeah,
of people have.
that's true.
Fifth Stage says he listens to nobody. Yeah, and I'm
At least
of the
Sage is
mindset-
half black, though. He's got that going for him. I'm just a fucking white boy. Imagine how hard it is for him to listen to me. Yeah, Deacon, he'll bow for. It's fucking, it blows my mind. And actually, Deacon was on RBR no more than 15 minutes ago saying how Jimmy was a horrible person.
Deacon switches up like so quick. It's insane. The
Yeah,
guy.
He can't.
What-
We have 150 people watching Jimmy literally get manipulated by this fat fuck, and everyone sees it but him. It blows my fucking mind. And maybe that's that goes into some of the maturity parts of this.
Yeah. He's definitely very slow in the head. But that's how it's going to be, and he listens to nobody, so people can be up there giving him all the best advice in the world, and they do. Go back not long ago to when Gigi Allen was trying to help him with his computer, and people told him it was a fool's errand, but Gigi persisted because he's a good guy, and he tried to help Jimmy with his computer, and then at the end of the day, Jimmy ignored him and did his own thing anyway. And
Yeah,
there's
he does
many cases of the same situation where
I've
Jimmy's
been
been
up,
given
I've
good
been up there
advice and he's ignored it.
countless times. With advice that would, keep him out of jail, and he still doesn't fucking listen to me. He did listen to me that one time though, when it saved his ass. I hope he knows that would have cost him a lot more than the grand my gave him, because it would have.
Well, that's part of the reason I wanted to speak to you about this, is that like you have done probably the most for Jimmy out of anybody really.
I try to look out for the kid as best as I can.
And I will open with that I don't believe that you support all of his actions. I think you do it because you're a good guy, and that's my belief. Just don't want the chat thinking I'm attacking you.
No, it's fine. And honestly, I think some of it's even selfish. Since you approached me with doing this, I had a lot of time to think about Jimmy's actions, and I think I ignore a lot of it because I like the groove. I like that we have a place where our group of friends can go and have fun and talk shit to each other. And Jimmy says some wild shit, so maybe I'm protective of that a little bit. Right or wrong, I mean, some of the shit he says, especially about women, I can't co-sign any of that.
Yeah.
But I justify it in my head again, right or wrong. It's like that's the center he comes. We'll get to that. All right, go ahead.
We'll get to specific issues soon.
Fuck me.
It's all good. I just wanted to put out there first. It's not an RG hit piece, okay? But yeah, I don't know. I feel like people like the groove, which I fully understand. I can't take it from Jimmy that he's capitalized on being trolled with the groove, and he absolutely has.
He has a chance to really capitalize on it. Look at what's his name, the fucking Windy City Heat guy, Perry Caravella.
Yeah.
That's it. Look at this fucking guy. He sits there, he gets fucking dogged on, and he makes a pretty penny off it. Jimmy could have that career if he wanted to. If he wanted to, if he stuck this out and if he went with like the Lord of the Groove, if he saw how genius that actually is, or like the clip channels and some of the wacky shit he says, he could really make a buck out of this, but he chooses to get in his own way every time. He's banning art. He's banning you. The people, that's who people want to see. That's why they're there. He just doesn't get that. His ego gets in the way.
You seem to think that he's making poor decisions, whereas I just think he's too mentally challenged. I don't think he's a guy capable of making the right decisions. I think he's entirely just fucked in the head. And I've said it from day one. Well, not day one, but I've said it for a long time that he's a retarded psychopath. And
we were both there from day one. And yeah, you've always had this take. Always.
I think he is a retarded psychopath. He seems to have no empathy.
I choose to believe he's not a psychopath. I think it's a show. I think he has an online personality.
Let me finish my reasoning. And then...
Yeah. You
okay. So I don't ever see him show any empathy. He actively laughs at the suffering of others. And I guess we're all guilty of laughing at the suffering of others. It's something we do. But he laughs at morbid situations. He jumps straight to saying very morbid things. And he seems to believe them. Women in chains, raping women till they bleed, all that shit. He holds some very psychopathic opinions. One of his big aspirations is to catch a body. But again, he's too dumb to do any of it. So I think the retarded psychopath thing holds true. At least
I think it's just for show, that aspect of it, like the tough guy. gang member thing, the woman thing. He comes from a community where that shit was acceptable, and it's it's not acceptable here.
So, I mean, you can blame it on the community he's from. There are a lot of retarded psychopaths in that community, so I'll give you that. But I really do think it's him. Marty says, who has he ever shown compassion towards?
That's a tough question, man. He's got a point.
I will say he has shown, I would call it fake compassion towards women on panel that he's trying to fuck.
Well, look at I hate to single out Mary here, but he treats Mary with nothing but respect. And Cruella too, for that matter.
I think he's scared of them. I mean,
I'm scared of Mary, so
yeah. Those women have a presence, and Jimmy feels it.
That could very well be. I choose to believe, and maybe this is my own self-interest, that the woman hating shit, it's all for show.
I really don't think it is. He hates lesbians, and I can't remember when it was. It was a couple streams, maybe 2 streams ago. He got angry about letting lesbians on panel or something, or he didn't want to platform a lesbian. And I honestly think that's all out of hatred for his sister. It's jealousy because his sister was pulling all the wound when they were kids. His sister's just done better as a man than he's done, and I think that really gets to him.
I can't justify any of that. It's his sister. Who knows what deep-seated fucking issues there are regarding that? Maybe fucking she got more hugs than he did. Who the fuck knows? Again, this is all gonna be stuff that's hard to defend.
Not hugs, not hugs. She got more women than he did. That's the
Jesus Christ.
That's the issue there. We've seen her YouTube channel. She
likes to eat ass. So yeah, maybe he needs to open up his repertoire.
Jimmy does too. It runs in the family. That eating people out. That's for sure. But I don't know. It's weird that
he really does have a virgin attitude towards sex, doesn't he? It's very immature. I think more he shows us how immature he is regarding sex more than anything else, and that says a lot.
Yeah, and I've always been on the fence about whether he slept with the prostitute or not. And the reason being is he told us before he had a reason to lie. And I'm sure most people know this. I say it all the time, but there might be some new people here that need to hear it. Before he slept with this prostitute, one of the first times I spoke to Jimmy, he told me that his only sexual experience was getting a blowjob. And he had no reason to lie, unless he was lying about getting the blowjob. But at the minimum,
it's hard to tell, dude.
So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So maybe
I believe the prostitute story because he came up, he was bragging about 2 pumps, right? I think he finally got his dick wet, is what it was. He let all of us know in detail. Not the best move.
Yeah. I think he lost his virginity to that prostitute. I think that's the most reasonable course of action. But there's also a chance he didn't sleep with the prostitute at all. I don't know. I think he lost the virginity of the prostitute because who would lie about lasting 2 pumps?
Nobody. Absolutely. And the way he talks about porn and just sex in general, it's a very, like I said earlier, it's a very immature view on it. There's something to be said about having a good woman in his life. Maybe that's, if it ever happens, maybe that will be the thing that turns it around for the kid. Again, this is wishful thinking. Right?
I think you're right. I also think no decent woman would go anywhere near him.
Not if he keeps the shit he's doing up. No, that's a very sad reality and one I hope's not true.
He has started clipping his fingernails, and that's a big start. There's no woman going to go near him with fingernails an inch long, that's for sure. So he's trying. He's trying. I give him that.
Baby steps, right? Baby steps.
So Mark says he's 100% in chat and afraid of Krog.
Very
he's probably watching. That's for sure. I mean, I'm still
Doing
in two
my
minds
best,
on it.
Jimmy. What can I say?
I mean, I've got a whole thing planned. I don't really care if he tries to join the panel. I probably won't even let him up.
I don't think he's got the balls to come up here, but it's all right. I'll do your dirty work, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, he's not going to come up and defend you. You're up here about to take the pro Jimmy position, and just like everybody else, he's going to leave you there hanging to deal with it yourself.
I've dealt with worse. Bring it. Bring it.
So Marty says he has no regard for his own mother or dog.
Can't
I mean, that's
defend
true.
it.
The guy's admitted to stealing food from his mother because he has to pay if he wants to eat any of it. I mean,
They have a very strange dynamic, don't they? He's gonna tiptoe through the house to get a fucking cookie. Ugh.
Yeah, you think if he wanted to share the food, he would just contribute some of his wages towards the groceries? I mean,
Yeah, yes, I do. I think a lot of things would change if he probably did more stuff around. But you know what? Let's just say he needs to grow up some. I think that would go a long way.
I mean, there's plenty of people I'm sure have had to go back to living with their parents after they moved out, and I'm 100% sure they contributed. But he's just happy with the free ride. He's there waiting for his mom to die so he can claim the house and the car.
Well, that's the thing,
And,
man. It's your mama. You got to look out for your mom, Jimmy. It says a lot about a person. And again, I'm hoping a lot of this is an online persona. I really am. And that's probably going to be my out for a lot of things. I don't don't know if it's going to work, but
I don't think it's going to work, but we'll get to that.
Fuck me.
Well, Battering said he's afraid of reality. It's his biggest op. And there's a lot of truth in that. I think a lot of the biggest trolls, well, let's use bite-sized Jimmy clips or Player One, for example. They don't add anything to the content. They don't add their own opinions.
That's not true. Lord of the Groove adds satire to it. I love it. I think it's brilliant, and I wish Jimmy realized how brilliant it was. But you're absolutely right. The clip channels, he sees his own reality, and he has to face it in those 2-3 minute clips. And that's not easy.
Yeah, it goes back to him being his own biggest troll. A lot of these people don't say anything about him. They just upload his clips, his actions, and he gets enraged about it. He jumped on a Hooded Ones panel from his work bathroom to shout at me because I uploaded a clip of us talking from his show. I didn't. Okay, well, the title was definitely slander.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. It's not like they're altered either. That's what gets me. I mean, these are just little sections. They're not manipulated in any way. But at the same time, they're spreading. He likes to call it a brand, so we'll stick with that. They're spreading the word of the Groove. They're making his show bigger without an art, without a fucking MD, without a bite size. The Groove wouldn't be what it is today. And it's fun. A lot of people enjoy it. You can knock the kid all you want, but people enjoy the show. They really do.
So a bite-sized Jimmy Clips thinks that adding "Welcome to Gay Wiener Talk" is adding his own content. That's going to have to be a 10-second timeout for you there, buddy.
Yeah. Slater,
think about what you did there, bite size. Have a long 10-second think about it. But yeah, his biggest op is himself. He goes up there, he cooks himself. I mean, we would never known about High School of the Dead if he hadn't told us all and recommended it on his channel.
I should have known that was going to get brought up, motherfucker.
We're not even there yet. This is still the intro. But yeah, he constantly brings all these things up: the condom piss story, the shitting himself in the street fight, and it's wild. And then he'll double down. He'll add extra problems. The condom piss story. He after being confronted, he doubled down that he convinced his younger sister to piss in the condom for him by telling her that he would go to jail if she didn't. So,
I
so he
didn't know
didn't just
that. I
he
didn't know
didn't
that
just
part.
okay, he didn't just do it. He bullied her into doing it for him.
He
She didn't
guilt
want to
tripped
do
her.
it.
Well,
Yeah, she didn't want.
he couldn't
She didn't
find
want
a
to do it.
buddy to do it for him. I mean, like I can understand the scenario. You know, whether you were out smoking weed, you're gonna piss dirty, you could go to jail. Even though it wasn't even big boy jail, it was a fucking youthful offender. He would have got a slap on the wrist. But
Mm.
I understand the predicament. And would have I chosen my sister? Probably not. But I guess I can kind of understand it.
I don't get asking your 14-year-old sister to do it for you instead of anyone else.
You love saying the word 14 when you bring this up, don't you?
I, I think it matters. I think it
It does.
matters.
I kind of agree with you.
If he'd asked his 18-year-old sister to do it, I couldn't really say much. She's an adult; she can make her own decisions. If she wants to
Still
piss in
be
a
weird,
condom,
though. It would still
it
be
is weird. It's still weird. If an of-age adult wants to piss in a condom for their
You wanna know
brother, I
the
can't.
funniest part
I
of
can't
that
stop
story
them.
is when they test pee like that, they know if it's male or female. They absolutely know. It's like one of the first things they test for.
I have no idea the process. Thankfully, I've never been in that scenario. Uh, Adhesive says bullying your minor sister to piss in a condom is extremely sus. I fully agree.
You're not
That's why I
helping me
say
here,
the age.
adhesive.
That's why I say the age every time, Adhesive. I think that's important. William says he has no friends. Yeah, so I guess the only person he had to ask was his sister. I mean, I don't know. Was there not like an older male relative you could have asked? Even just an older relative in general, I think might have been a good idea. But
All right,
no.
actually, William and Sage were saying that they don't check gender. I thought they did. My mistake.
Okay. Well, regardless, there were plenty of people you could have. We're getting there, Art. Art wants us to go straight for the jugular. We're getting there, Art. Don't you worry.
Not the RBR shit. Is that what this is about? The RBR shit?
Oh,
Fuck.
that's hey, there's a lot of stuff, not just the RBR shit.
You really put
But,
me on the hot seat here, Jimmy. Just letting you know, bud.
You're not even there yet. This is they're still on the. This is still the introduction. So yeah, we'll move on from the condom piss story, but he did microwave it before he went to. I think he was in high school. I'm not sure where he was. He microwaved it before he left in the morning so that it would be warm when he was piss tested later in the day.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. You got to keep
He
it
re-
at a certain temperature.
he recently admitted that it was in a mug when he microwaved it, so he didn't actually put the condom in the microwave. It was in a mug at some point.
Piss mug.
Uh,
That's new.
Yeah, it was in the mug before it was in the condom. She didn't piss in the condom. I think she pissed in the mug.
I thought it was like an empty ketchup bottle or sauce bottle. It was not what he was
Yes,
saying.
you're right. You're right. You might be defending Jimmy here, but you're right. She pissed in the ketchup bottle. Jimmy deposited that into a mug, microwaved it, and then poured it into a condom. Now, I don't know how you pour piss from a mug into a condom without getting it all over your hands.
Very carefully, Krog. You do it very carefully.
So it's safe to say that Jimmy's hands were covered in his sister's piss at one point. Weird scenario to be in, not one I've been in myself, but you know.
I think it's fair to point out that this is a story he actually shared with us. It wasn't anything we tried to get out of him. He just he just kind of hit us with it.
This isn't slander. Jimmy accused me of slandering him all the time. This is not slander. This is a story Jimmy shared. And Art raises a good point. I did bring it up a little bit earlier. He bullied her into it, saying that if she didn't do it, he would go to jail. And bullying a 14-year-old girl into pissing into a ketchup bottle is weird behavior. I mean, maybe the Jimmy donators and friends think that's okay, and I would just say I disagree.
You can't really justify it, but I guess desperate people do desperate things. Would be my only response. That's pretty fucking desperate if you ask me, but it is what it is.
So I think we're gonna get into it now. We've had 30 minutes just sort of bantering, but we'll be a little bit more serious now. Again, to the chat, I'm not trying to crucify RG here. I just want to hear some opinions from someone who does support Jimmy and does want the best for him, does try to believe that he's a good person. And I don't blame you for that, RG, but I think you're wrong.
well, let me know what you got. Let's go.
Okay, so we'll start with like, I don't know. I'm trying to get a good point to start on this. Do you think Jimmy is a bad person? I think would be a good
Yeah,
starting point.
Yeah, that's going right for the jugular there, huh? I would like to think so.
Again, you're not on the line here, RG.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna try to be honest to the best. It's really all I can do. A lot of people seem to think he's a bad person, and I could understand why they would think that. I see, moments of good in him sometimes, and I think a lot of this is an act. I think, it's for show. I choose to believe that he doesn't feel the way he does about women, or, stuff, shit like that. Some of his horrible views. Like this shit about RBR today upset me, as I'm sure it did a lot of you.
So, Arch raised a good point here. Let's get a quick poll. I don't know how to start polls, so we're going to have to do it with numbers. I'm going to pin this comment quickly. If we could just get a quick poll, and I'm not trying to crucify anybody. I want to see some real opinions in the chat. Is Jimmy a good person or he's a bad person? 1 for good, 2 for bad.
LC's got a good question about all the degeneracy platforms. That's tough too. This Deacon shit. And I love to fuck with Deacon. I love to fuck with D. I get a dopamine hit from it. But
we'll get to we'll get to that one.
All right.
I want to see the poll. So we've got a lot of people hitting 2s. There's a lot of 2s in chat.
See a few 1s in there.
Yeah, some 1s. People typing 3. He's no 3s. I see a 3 in there. That's a 10-second timeout. All right. 10 seconds adhesive. 1s or 2s.
Well, whether he's a good person or not, I don't think he's hopeless. I think he still has a shot of, like I said before, becoming a better person and having a decent life.
Yeah,
maybe that is optimistic. Maybe again, I'm a fool sometimes. So
there are a lot of 2s. Mark suggested a 3. I didn't see that. 3 depends on the day. No marks. We're gonna need sides here. Okay, we need a 1 or a 2. I don't want no.
I got George Lucas agreeing with me. I'll take that.
Okay. He's young and has potential. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to say there are 0 arguments for 2 for thinking he's a reasonable person.
He's definitely not fucking reasonable. No.
Yeah, wrong choice of words. So the chat seems pretty almost 50-50 on good and bad.
Which is kind of what I expected, to be honest. It's a complicated question. It really is.
These people are wrong. I just saw Halal Ernie.
Well, I'm sure you're going to tell all of us how wrong we are.
I am. Ernie put a 3. I'm going to time out Ernie for 10 seconds. Ernie, remember that time Jimmy tried to dox you and shit? You better change that 3 to a 1, boy.
He did. He went after Ernie back in the fucking early days.
Yeah. Think about that during your 10-second timeout, Ernie. Right. So Yeah, we're about 50-50 so far. Maybe slightly more ones. It's my chat, I guess.
Sage says he punched a girl for his sister. That's a good deed. Score one for Jimmy.
Sage is welcome to come up here and talk about it if he wants to. I mean, the gaps in that guy's morals are bigger than the gaps in his teeth. But that's fair. If he
So
wants
I'm
to
gonna
do
I'm gonna
that.
try to do my best to be fair and give my honest opinion. I'm not gonna be Joseph Johnson and just wash his balls of my tongue. God, that gets old. Jimmy still doesn't trust the fuck. I don't blame him either.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't really trust anybody. That's sort of been the whole thing from the start. Bump to panel link. Yeah. Uh, I have to go do something quickly. RG, could you
Oh Jesus, yeah. I'll read comments or
maybe?
something. Or post the link. Get some other people up here.
Yeah,
I'll,
I'm going to do that, but I've got to do something else at the same time.
yeah. Just go do it. I'll read comments.
It'll take me a minute or two. Sorry, man.
Yeah. So Ernie says Joseph is a snake. Williams says, yeah, one. He pulled a BB gun on Bill. Or he pulled a gun on Bill, not a BB gun. Psycho Candy just wanted to get lead, and I kind of agree with that. Ashes to Ashes says, I think Jimmy knows deep down that JJ just wants to fuck him. I also agree with that. Dixon says, also defended his hood from browless black guy. That's fair. He did square up on David there. We got Mark's laughing. Mo says Bill had it coming, which, that's debatable. Raya says Joseph probably has skeletons in his closet. Joseph, I just think, likes to be the villain. I think he likes that role. It's what he's done on other channels, and he gets off on people like myself call him a faggot. So, it's his thing, and it's just been a nuisance for a long time, but he's starting to be a fucking problem. That's my thoughts on Joseph. All right. Mods ban Krug for slander. I agree. Doodle says, like anyone who heard that shout out in public, he would have been on mandatory 73 mental health check. That's also true. Big Pat says, Blind Billy seems to, the shit's moving fast, be victimized by low cows. That's fair. DJ says, Krog is a yag. Certified. I also agree with that. Where the fuck is this ginger fuck? I think he's playing in toilets, to be honest. Do.
Right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
Dixon says probably drinking. I just had to go down some more alcohol to cope with the insanity that some people think Jimmy's a good person. I guess a good start. I'm gonna go through some reasons I think Jimmy's a bad person, and maybe you could speak for the Jimmy defenders, RG. I think that's the
I'll do my
situation.
best, sir. I'll do my best.
I mean, I think you'll be fair. So, well, before we go, LC says Jimmy also has no integrity or principles. He sells wrenches and panel time to the highest bidder, no matter what his audience says. No morals and no values. Very disappointing. I mean, are we surprised? I think
No.
he's more than proved that with his own life. Cinema said he's not a good person, but his streams are entertaining. I mean, the people that go on his streams are pretty entertaining.
Well,
I don't
that's not
think
fair.
Jimmy
I
would.
think Jimmy could be pretty entertaining himself too. Some people they enjoy when it's just him and he's fucking telling his stories. And actually, half the things you're probably gonna bring up tonight are things he said when it was just him up there rambling.
Maybe. Maybe. So Cinema says, I don't think Jimmy would say he's a good person. Jimmy has said he doesn't deserve the trolling he gets. That would imply that he thinks he's not deserving of hate. I think he's deserving of more than what he gets. I would argue he deserved to lose his job. I think if he gets a new job, he should be very concerned about me finding out where it is.
You got your passport ready, do you?
We're gonna get some more pictures, maybe. So let's get to the debate, I guess.
Oh
So
boy.
we've got hey, 50% of the chat supports you, give or take.
Jimmy's still
Uh,
leaving me hanging here. That's
Oh, do you really think?
to be a fact.
Do you really think he's going to come up here and argue his own point?
No,
he's
no, I don't.
he's happily watching you die on the hill of defending him. All those gummies, all that help, all that keeping him out of jail. Think about that tonight, RG, when he's letting you do this alone.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a fool there. The worst part, he doesn't even listen to me fucking 3/4 of the time. That's
Well,
the fucking bitch of it, you know?
It goes back to who did one has been a defender of Jimmy from day one.
And always gives him good advice. Always. He never listens to the guy.
And have you ever seen Jimmy join Hood's panel because just to have a chat, just because he likes him? You know, Jimmy has some clout. He could bring some viewers over Hood's channel, but he never does.
That's a fair point. Hood's always been good to him. Always.
Yeah, and if he's not going to help a guy that's always been on his side, you really think he's going to come defend you, RG?
Fair point.
Just letting you know before the debate starts.
Well, just
You're
get
on your
on
own.
with it, for fuck's sake, you ginger.
You're on your own. So I've got a few topics. I guess I'll let you choose the first one if you want.
I ain't picking shit. You do it.
So I've got views on women or choice in anime. What do you want to do first?
Give me anime for 500, please.
Anime for 500. Okay. That's the easy one.
That's the easy one? How can you tell me that's the fucking easy one, you
It's
prick?
easy for me. It's easy for me.
Oh, all right, that's fair.
So
Let's talk about it.
So Jimmy's frequent. He once recommended an anime to the chat.
Boy,
And
did
that
he ever. Boy, did he ever.
That anime was High School of the Dead. And I don't know how many people here watched my videos on this. Probably most of them. So I'm going to talk like everyone's seen what I've said about this. Archright, panel's open for anybody that wants to help RG out or thinks that I'm wrong.
Or you just want to watch me sink, that's fine too.
I mean, if you want to let this guy defend Jimmy by himself, that's cool. Snake. There's snakes, RG. All of them.
Welcome. All right, bring it.
So this anime, High School of the Dead, it's an anime centered on a zombie invasion in a high school where most of the cast are between 17 and 15 years old. I feel like that part's important.
It is. And the moment he fucking said it, my DMs lit up. Like, you know what it is, right? I was like, ah, fuck me. Fuck me, Jimmy. You know, I don't get the anime thing. Me, it was like Ninja Scroll, Akira, you know, shit like that. Maybe even Spirited Away, shit like that, you know.
Oh, Spirited Away's fire.
Yeah, it's amazing. And that's as far as I really know about anime. Yeah, I know there's some degenerate shit out there. You know, I know there's lolly pillows and all that other fucking weirdo shit.
But you know what didn't happen in Spirited Away? There were no minors heavily sexualized.
No, there wasn't.
And That's the defining difference between the animes.
I'm so
Uh,
ignorant when it comes to this shit. Like, but I can tell you, I'm not. It sounds like degenerate bullshit. But I don't, and I think you even said this yourself. I don't think he watched it, because it was sexualized. I don't. I think he saw zombies, was like zombies, and that was it. At least again, I choose to believe that.
See, I might have said that before. I think I did say that before.
You absolutely fucking said that before. I think
But
your position has changed.
Yes, my position's definitely changed.
Fuck you, bro.
A couple of reasons. Yeah, Princess Mononoke's fire, Elsie. No sexualized minors.
The same guy that did Spirited Away. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's was it Ghibli? Studio Ghibli? Yeah, they don't sexualize minors. So if you do want to watch an anime, make sure it's from them. I forgot what we were saying there. Yeah, no.
We're talking about fucking degenerate fucking cartoons. Big boobs, big boobs, big boobs.
Yeah. There we go. So yeah, people. We had a poll on my channel, and overwhelmingly, people think Jimmy didn't watch it for the zombies.
This is a tough one.
No,
Again, I'm ignorant. I said that before. I'm not into the whole cartoon shit, especially ones with kids are being sexualized. I just don't. I think the way he justified it in his mind, and again, I could be wrong, is that it was on YouTube, therefore it's okay. And actually, when this first came about, my theory was that all the bad shit was maybe cut out the YouTube version. But yeah, that wasn't the case. Unfortunately,
you threw him that rope, and
I did. He didn't take it.
And when you said that, I thought, "Fuck! What if they?"
What are you doing there, Krog?
Well, no, I thought he had a fair argument then, because if he watched it,
GG has some news saying RBR is alive, and that's fantastic. Okay. Hopefully he's feeling better and doing better. All right, get on with it. Fuck.
Yeah, I thought when you said that, like, fuck, what if all the YouTube shit, they did edit out the sexual stuff, and he watched a completely non-degenerate anime?
I just handed it to him. I handed him the out.
But right after you said that, he said, no, none of the sexual shit was removed.
I completely forgot this fucking happened.
I thought that was his out. Because they might not have put the sexual stuff on YouTube. That made sense. But no, it was there.
That's me thinking fast on my feet. He's too dumb to even see it.
So this is an anime that was banned in China for its sexual content of minors. There are many reviews on IMDb. A lot of it's rated for adults only, which is really weird because the characters are children. I don't know. So I scroll through the reviews on IMDb. I'm scrolling through them now. It'd be perfect if it weren't for all the risque scenes.
Adhesive. If you want to get your ass up here, why don't you do that? You got a big mouth and chat. Why don't you come on up here, fuckface?
Oh, someone's who?
Adhesive.
Sir Boofs a lot's backstage.
It's your call. Get your finger on the porn block.
He's got a screenshot from one of the Discords, so I think he's cool.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go ahead. Oh, it's Fed.
Oh, you fucking prick. There's supposed to be a comma there. This was said during the debates with Biden.
I can't figure out where the comma goes.
Right after down, fuckface. He was talking about the opiate addiction in America, and I was getting pissy because he should have never been up there in the first place. Yeah, there's a comma there, and I should have edited the fucking thing. Is what I should have did. Man. Sir Boofs a lot. Oh, I should have seen that coming. Fuck.
Sorry, I just had to bring this up.
Yeah. Like I'm not getting it bad enough.
So I was trying to make a point before this. Uh, the IMDb reviews all seem to acknowledge that it's all about sexual nonsense. Uh, it would be good if it wasn't for the sexuality, that sort of thing. Elfie says, well, there's high school in the title and a nudity warning. And I think that says it all. I don't know where you stand.
There seems to be a correlation between anime and some of these degenerate people out there. There's no fucking denying that, right? It seems to be a pretty common element. So when the anime shit came up, I wasn't happy with them. But I mean, I don't know. There's no justifying this. There really isn't, except to say that I don't think he watched it for that. You know, I don't think he had his dick in his hand when he was watching it. At least I fucking hope not.
Well, I think you're wrong because a lot of these IMDb reviews, they all say they enjoy anime and they wanted to watch it for the zombies, but they could not ignore the amount of nudity of children in the anime. And that's a common complaint. You can all go Google it now and look up reviews. One of the most common complaints is the nude underagers stopped them enjoying the show, but it didn't stop Jimmy. So
yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing on this. I don't watch anime, like I said, except for a very select few.
So
and I
I'm
gave
not
him
sure
out. He didn't fucking take it because he's an idiot sometimes, a lot of the time. I just get to the next question, asshole.
What's up, Blaze Panda? So just to clarify, Argy, you completely disavow high school students being over sexualized in animes.
Of course. I'm actually offended you even asked me that, prick.
I'm just making sure. just making sure. I just want the audience to know too, you know. So would you say it's a bit weird?
It's a lot of fucking weird, but he watches a lot of weird shit. It's just one along many. He makes us watch a lot of it too.
I mean, yeah, he played it on a stream despite the people telling him.
People were fucking groaning, like, dude, do not do this. He's just not self-aware sometimes. And
he played the intro. He played the intro, and there's a panty shot of a high schooler, and that cleared the panel. He still didn't get it. He still didn't get the message when that happened.
He's made me drop off panel quite a few times. When he was watching that MMA fight with the chick and the guy, I couldn't. When he starts talking about the women's shit, I drop.
That's a great segue.
With Deacon, yeah, I'm sure. With Deacon and the Diddler shit, I just drop these days. I don't want nothing to do with it, and he doesn't see that. He just doesn't see it.
Yeah. Well, before we segue on to the next topic, while we're on the child predator degeneracy topic,
fuck me. Go ahead.
He does hang out with like a suspicious number of potential child predators. I used to joke about it being the Diddler sector, but this week when Bowser and what's his name? Deacon, when Bowser and Deacon were on panel and Jimmy was up there having the greatest laughs with two degenerates, it really was the Diddler sector. I think he's reclaiming that title. And I'm all for it. I think Jimmy could be a good leader of the Diddler sector.
No. See, we're not going with that. We're not going with that. I don't think he's a danger to anyone but himself. And this isn't like a Cyrax thing where he never leaves the house, although he doesn't leave the house. But I don't think that's fair to paint him that way. Bowser, first of all, Jimmy. First of all, it's an open panel. That says something. Anyone can go up there. That includes Bowser.
Oh, I will clarify. I don't think Jimmy's a diddler. I don't think he's a danger to children. I mean, he might be if he was left in charge of children because he's too retarded to look after them, but I don't think he's an actual danger to children.
All right, well, that's good. We got common ground a little bit here.
I don't think he's a pedophile. I do think he might have enjoyed the degenerate anime. I think there's a line between that and being a real child predator.
I
But
think
I
Marks
think
wants us to start bashing each other pretty
Who?
soon. Pretty soon, Marks. Marks wants us to start throwing chairs. We could get to that. We'll see.
I mean, I don't want to throw too many chairs at RG because I kind of feel bad that Jimmy has left him up here to defend him. I feel like RG's a victim of Jimmy more than anything else.
I'm a victim of Jimmy and Dead Sea Elf. I'm starting to see a pattern.
And it's kind of why I don't go so hard against the Jimmy supporters. I view them as victims of his okie doke. He's pretending he's a normal, non-degenerate weirdo, but he
I
is.
think people like the platform too. I think it's easy to dismiss some of this shit or just look the other way because people enjoy the platform. They enjoy the people on the panel.
It's a completely terrible argument because if
It's true though. It doesn't matter if it's
Oh.
fucking terrible. It's the fucking true.
so if,
Like,
if
fuck you, Fed.
so if Cyrax started hosting a panel that was as good as the Groove, would you all defend it?
No, all right, fuck you. Fair point.
You can't use the platform argument, right? I'm not going to have it.
You're not having that, huh?
He has a good
Enjoy it
platform.
too. Don't act like you don't enjoy it, because I know you do.
Well, he does absolutely
you've
does have a
enjoyed
good show and a
You've
good
enjoyed it
platform.
from day one, just like me, just like quite a few people in chat.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe if Jimmy hadn't banned me from his panel, I wouldn't have so much free time to make these streams and stuff.
That's a fair point. You guys would be plotting so much if he
But when-
had-
When all I can do, when I can't even type in his chat, it gives me a lot of free time. You know,
Yeah, that's art too. That's a fair point.
and it gets the noggin jogging.
I can't argue with it. He's his own worst enemy. He really is. You
Well-
know, it's just no matter who gives him good advice, and there's been many of us, not just me. He always goes against it and goes with his first reaction. He thinks nothing through. You know, I just want the channel to be successful. I feel like we kind of helped build this from the beginning. It's fun. The channel's fun. You know, I look forward to it. I think a lot of people do.
I don't want him to be successful at all. I want his channel to be deleted. I want him to accidentally discharge. I want an accidental discharge into his wang. I don't know. Like I said at the start, I don't care what he says. I just want to watch him suffer. I
just
think a
wanna
lot of
watch
people
him
feel the same way.
It
And
could
I
be.
think I'm justified in it. So
Oh, MD makes a good point saying that he'd be nothing without Spooky Fags, and that's fucking true. There's a lot of truth to that.
yeah, I don't know if Jimmy's ever broke 200 viewers. He might have one time.
I think he did. I think he absolutely.
Yeah. I think with the silly girl thing, he did. But the last time he broke 200 viewers was right after my trip to Houston. So I don't know why he hates me so much. People
That's so
enjoy
hard.
the.
That's going to be another one that's hard to defend. You went there. You were pleasant. You didn't antagonize them. Well, besides taking a picture, and I guess it's debatable whether or not that's antagonizing. But you just went to the water park and had fun. It's not like you tormented the kid, right? You didn't go there to his house.
Yeah. He always like, why didn't you fight me? It's like, I have no reason to. Like, I don't. The guy's not done anything to me that warrants me assaulting him. I just like
He
bully
does
him on the
seem to
internet.
go right to violence fairly quickly, and that's a bit concerning too.
Well, it's not just violence. He goes right to violence. Well, okay, we're great segue. RG did it again.
Of course.
So, yeah. So his response, he was rightfully angry at me. He ran out to the hotel that I obviously wasn't in. I don't know why he'd think he would be loading a gun. I'd tell him where I live. That's crazy.
That's fucking insane to ask me.
But he did, and after he's saying to calm down, so we can't give him that it was in the heat of the moment, because in the heat of the moment he wanted to fight me. Once he calmed down, That's when he started talking about how much he wanted to rape my girlfriend
Oh Jesus, we're going right to that. Huh?
until she bled, was his word.
Again, I'm going to say that this is the way they handle it in some of the black sectors he was in. They say some of the most foul shit, and I think he's a product of that.
You say that.
I
But
do.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone in the black sector say they wanted to rape someone until they bled.
Fuck.
I think Cyber might have said something similar about Rugby SoCal's children, but when you're getting compared to Cyber, that's not a good thing. So
No, it's not good at all. And he has to. Again, I think he feels that his work was his castle, and someone violated his space by doing that, and I can understand that. But the fact is, and he's going to have to accept this at some point, he is responsible, and solely him, for losing his job. He is the one who decided to go up on stream showing weapons at a place of employment. You know how irresponsible that is?
I mean,
I forgot what side I was on. Sorry. You go ahead.
Just because some of us might have contacted his work with that video doesn't mean that it wasn't his fault. He wants to blame all of us, but if you make the ammunition, you can't be complaining people use it against you.
Yeah, it's kind of insane to me. I think deep down he knows he fucked up. In a lot of ways that led to this. I don't think it was one particular moment, although it kind of was. Him showing weapons was so fucking foolish.
Oh yeah, he did it to himself. Not me personally, but since he's been doxxed, his job was doxxed, sorry, people have been contacting his work. He knows that. He knows people have been doing it since his job was doxxed. And when he went live outside his job with weapons in his belt, suddenly he gets fired. Yeah, that's not...
You know what? Here's the other thing. I think his job was out there, and I'm going to try to be as honest as I can with this. I think his job was out there, and people kind of laid off at first. They really did. And then, not to segue again, but he pulled the swatting shit with Marty, and then Mookie. Yeah. Again, shit I can't justify. And he doesn't understand that. Those, I'm sure we will, but those actions bring consequences. That opens them up to other shit. You know, and there's only so much damage control, we could do. But he does this shit to himself. He absolutely does. When he swatted Marty that time, when he did it to Mookie, someone whose father was dying with cancer. I mean, there's no justifying that. And it opens you up to other things.
You're supposed to be on the pro Jimmy side, Archie.
I am on the pro Jimmy side. And if he fucking learns from this, then maybe there's some good that can come out of it. I mean, there's some shit that I just can't defend. And swatting people is one of those things. I can't defend that. I can't.
I do think that's maybe why you chose to come up here. Not to even argue for Jimmy. I think you're trying to show him what's wrong with his actions.
I still think he can grow and maybe be a better person and have a happy life. I just think he's a little more immature than someone his age, I guess.
Is that why you did this? You're thinking you can kind of show him the error of his ways, and he might learn from the stream.
Well, that I'm an idiot. There's that too.
Well, yeah, I think it's the latter. I think you're an idiot. This guy can't learn. And I think you're a good man. I think you're good-hearted, but maybe over the course of the rest of the stream, you might learn that this guy will not listen.
Well, there's only one person that can prove you wrong, and unfortunately, he's not here on panel.
And you can stop hoping he's going to come here and defend you.
I know he's not going to. I fucking know he's not.
You're on your own.
Fucking watching too, which really gets to me. But it is what it is.
And when the chat's cooking you, when you're getting DMs asking why you stick up for Jimmy, I just hope you take that into account when you're planning your next delivery of gummies.
Or how much fucking he thinks he thinks he has it bad now. He has no idea how bad it could be. I really do. If there was like Cyrax level or like even fucking the shit he put with Marty could have fucking went bullshit on him, and he fucking would have deserved it too.
We'll get there. We're not even close to that.
Fuck you.
So we've moved past the genre anime, I think.
Yeah, thank God.
I don't think you defend any of the anime, other than
you know I
think,
can't. You know I can't.
I think you hope he was watching it for the zombies. I think that's what keeps you going, and I'll give you that. Uh, well, so let's do. Well, we were on it. We were on it. We got diverted a little bit, but yeah, the whole rape thing after me being there, after his hatred of me, he didn't spend all night fantasizing about fighting me. After the first half of the night, he diverted to spending the whole night fantasizing about raping my girlfriend. He went on to play. God, what are they called? Like UFC street-based fights between men and women.
Yeah,
cheering
I remember. I
cheering,
didn't like any of it.
cheering when the women lost. This guy's not just like a potential rapist. The guy
Oh
hates
come
them.
on! Again, this is such
Stop.
an easy. This is such an
I
easy out, and you already know what
you-
I'm gonna fucking say. But
You're
it's
going in the back. You're going in the back.
yeah, fuck
Alright.
you. Again, it's the sector he came from. There's some fucking degenerate, awful people, and he's learned that just
Right, you're muted because I don't know how to put you in the butt. I think the fact that he went straight to raping women till they bleed, instead of going at me, instead of wanting to fight me, after the initial outburst, his entire rage was focused on my girlfriend. Because that's Jimmy. He doesn't want a straight fight. He wants a fight when he's got a gun. He doesn't want to fight a man. He wants to fight a woman who's weaker than him.
I can't justify any of the violence towards women. I'm not going to. I never would. I think it's fucking disgusting. I hate that it even comes out of his mouth. So yeah, there's no defending this. There absolutely is none. For him to, oh God, it says so much. The fact that he didn't want to fucking punch you in the face, but wanted to smack your girlfriend instead. I hate to say it, Jimmy, but that says a lot, dude. It really does. You know, you need therapy, bud.
RG, no, not RG. George, I'm not trying to make the argument that we're all good people. We've definitely all done some dishonest shit. I've definitely done some dishonest shit. I'm sure Jimmy's aware of that. I didn't antagonize him on purpose, George. That's absolutely for sure.
Well, none of this is, we're in a gray area. None of this is good. None of this is, too bad. I think it's somewhere in between. And there's not one of you fucks in the chat who are normal. So don't give me that shit. Don't take the moral high ground here. Any of you fucks.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to jump on panel and talk about it, George, we absolutely could. Okay.
Wow, George throwing some cheers in chat. You see that?
Yeah, well George, throw a cheers from chat if you want to. If you want to come up on panel and talk about it, that's fine.
I would love to talk to George. I've never talked to him.
I mean, I think George is doing a far better job of defending a Wally watching swatter than you are, RG.
You're probably right on that. Again, I have my own moral stands, and I have to stand by that. And there's a lot, and Jimmy crosses that line a lot. Maybe people would say too much.
Well, I think George's done a better job of defending him than you are.
I'm really stoned too, so
we'll just go with that. Come up and talk about it. I would like him to. There's no animosity on this panel, George. I'm not trying to incite a lynch mob towards anyone except maybe Jimmy. If you come up, I'll treat you fairly. That's for sure.
And I just want, once again, the comments he made about the violence he wanted to inflict on your girlfriend, it made me sick. Whatever aggression he has towards women, I really hope it's for show. I hope none of it's real. And if it is, if there's any deep-seated issues there, he really needs to talk to someone about it. And I mean that truthfully.
I mean, I've never been so angry at someone that my mind went to raping their girlfriend. I think immediately that's a serious red flag. I don't know. I think no matter how hard you're antagonized, I think if you jump to that sort of thing, it takes your mask off a little bit. It shows who you are.
I mean,
George
GG
says,
makes a point in chat here, saying maybe it's because he's sexually frustrated and he can't get a woman. And there may be some truth to that. Again, a lot of this is going to be speculation.
I
Again,
agree.
the subject
agree.
is bothersome. To put it
I agree
mildly.
with DB. The sexual frustration definitely plays into this a lot. George says he doesn't understand what proving Jimmy's a bad person is going to do. Well, I think far too many people will give Jimmy donations and encourage his poor behavior. They'll go on his panel and be his friend, and I don't know why you'd be friends with someone who does this sort of thing. I really don't understand it. It's not.
I
not
think
hip.
people want to have fun. They just want to have fun, and Jimmy makes that really hard sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, he does himself no favors, and I think maybe that's what George's point is. You know, this is something I enjoy. It's fun. Why are we doing stuff to get in the way of that?
Well, I wouldn't mind if the person who was hosting these panels hadn't said the things or done the things that Jimmy's done. But I actually believe Jimmy deserves the hate. I think, even though I think it was his own fault that he lost his job, I think he deserves to lose his job. I think he needs to take some hits and understand this.
He's not going to understand. The day he understands that he's the person responsible for losing his job is hopefully the day he grows a little. And I think that's going to prove whoever's right or wrong here. The day he accepts that he's the one responsible, not some ginger fuck that showed up at his job.
A lot of incels talk about violent scenarios, talk sexual violent scenarios out of anger. I mean, yeah, I think a lot
examples. There really is, and there's no defending any of it.
I agree with that. I mean, a lot of his aggressive sexual thoughts stem around lesbians, and it goes back to him being jealous of his lesbian sister getting more women than him. So maybe he is all born out of some weird hate, and he doesn't really mean the things that he says, but I don't know. If you say it, if you say these things like you mean it, I'm gonna believe you mean it.
He does say it with conviction sometimes, to the point where it bothers me. It legitimately bothers me.
It's part of the reason I don't feel so bad about cooking Jimmy. I feel kind of bad about cooking people like Bill because they're very obviously not all there. Jimmy has some degree of normality about him, and that's why I don't think he gets a pass. I really don't think he should get a pass over anybody else. Does he have a sister? Jimmy has a lesbian sister that he's very jealous of. It's the stemming of his hate.
Guy who grew up with all women, right? I guess his father was there for a good amount of time, but still, all sisters and his mothers. You think he would sympathize a little bit more, and not say shit he says.
There was that time when he's jealous, Chibi. He's jealous. That's the thing. George, after defending Jimmy, says he's crazier than he presents. George says what he thinks, and he got some hot takes. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I'm reading the chat here too. Some of this shit's brutal and valid points at that.
I like the people who think for themselves. George is one of them. I forgot where we were going. I got confused there.
Do you think Jimmy could survive out in the real world, like if he had the opportunity to do so and maybe the cash to do it? You think you would learn quick? No, you don't.
No.
So you're one of the group home guys, is that right?
I honestly think that would be the best bet for Jimmy, and that's not.
Fuck out of here! No way.
That's not coming from a place of hatred, RG. I really don't mean that from a place of hatred. if I was being hateful, I'd say he deserves in front of a firing squad or something. No, uh, part of me thinks he does, but I think a group home is really the best case scenario for Jimmy. He can't look after himself. He can't form coherent opinions. He gets in trouble whenever he socializes, or he can't socialize.
I think
I
he
think he
has.
should.
I think he has crippling anxiety. I think that's a big factor in this. And a lot of the things he said, that's another theory I had. I don't think he can socialize at all. I think he has crippling anxiety. And a lot of these, things that he says on panel are purely fantasy, like the gangster shit, whatever it may be. It's a persona, but to him, it's real. And there's something to be said about that, too. We saw the look on his face when he entered the bar that day, right? I mean, you saw it, too.
Yeah, he was in there for 8 minutes. 8 minutes in the bar.
But did you see how big his eyes got when he walked in?
Yeah, he doesn't know how to socialize. He's never had to socialize. After all his high school experiences, and I do believe he maybe got in some fights in his high schools. Maybe he sold a few grams of weed and stuff, and they've been his best.
Who the fuck hasn't in high school?
Yeah,
right. That's part of growing up. You can't hold on to it. It can't be what you base your personality around.
I'm aware you're past RG, mine as well. I'm aware. I just think his stopped at high school though. He stopped selling grams of weed in high school, and it's been almost a decade since he was in high school.
He does relive that high school fight with glee, doesn't he?
Yeah,
it's sad to me. He hasn't really lived beyond that. He doesn't know what it's like to be an adult, and I'm hoping that's going to change for him. I really do. He needs new experiences.
You're delusional. You're completely insane if you think he's gonna.
Come on, it's the truth though. I'm here to be honest, and that's my honest take.
So Queen Matt says I'm not black. Queen Matt, that's a 10-minute timeout for you.
Queen Matt's a cunt. How about that, Queen?
I'm 100% black. In fact, we'll go with a 1-minute timeout, Matt. But yeah, I'm 100% black. I've raised far much more money for black causes than Jimmy or you ever have. So yeah, we hear it. But yeah, he's 100% stuck in his high school mind. I think he peaked. I didn't understand the term he peaked in high school until I met Jimmy. He really explained that statement to me.
No, I don't think that's true. I don't think he's peaked in high school. I don't think he's experienced life beyond high school. I honestly believe that. He's never been out to the bar drinking with his buddies. I think him and David being friends could end up being a good thing, by the way. Instead, he had to do that whole tough guy thing, which was fucking weird. I'm sure we'll get to that too. I don't know. I don't think he's lived much, and that's a shame. I think. I mean, by 26, I did more things that I could ever fucking explain. I think most people are like that. It's sad. It's a shame, really.
Yeah. That's how it is. I mean, his life's been the same for the past 10 years. He's had a minimum wage job. He's lived with his mom, and he's never got laid. And he's thought he's a gangster. That's the past 10 years of Jimmy's life. And it's sad. It really is sad.
Queen Matt's having a little hissy fit and shit. What else is new?
That's okay.
I don't see Crow getting $500 here, Toots.
She thinks a 1-minute timeout's me being weak. Go ahead, Matt. Like a 1-minute timeout's 10. I'm not going to ban you. You can chat away in the chat. So I have a question for Queen Maya. So I don't know what you think about people watching animes but over sexualized underagers, but because you donate to Jimmy, I'm assuming you completely support that. Like, you must support swatting. You must support people watching.
I think she throws her money around like she does her sexuality. I think.
Well, it's the same argument I can make for any Jimmy donator, any Jimmy supporter, anyone who wants to be his friend and help his show be successful, I think he'd step back and take a look at this guy. George Chase doesn't know what anime is.
You're
I think
acting
that's-
like you don't have fun there, right? Like you don't enjoy watching us fucking tear each other apart. Because I know you do. I fucking know you do. And you have since day one. How long has it been now?
It's been a year and 5 months.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we were there from the beginning again. You know, we watched this grow. So I know you enjoy this. So don't give me that shit.
But we're in July now. Yeah, it's been a year and 5 months. I do enjoy the chaos on the show, but I don't enjoy. I don't think that's due to Jimmy. I think that's due to the panelists. There are the panelists make Jimmy's show, and he knows that too.
It's a time and place type of thing. We could try to do exactly what we're doing now on a different show, and I don't think it would work.
And that's
You know,
the point of it.
it built up organically. It was something that happened kind of naturally, and I don't think you could replicate that.
But I mean, that's the point of that's the point of this stream.
Oh
Is
boy,
I'm tired of people supporting this guy because the show's entertaining.
Well, you can't, it's going to be the lamest thing I ever said, but you can't separate the art from the artist, can you? There, Krog. Art.
No,
You
not.
can't.
We're not separating no art from the artist. So
Art
raises
was
good
a
point.
very tough question. There.
Art raises a very good point. Do they support him or pity them? And well, that's the title of the show, Pity the Fool. And I really do think it's pity. I think a lot of people hope Jimmy will get better. They want him to do better because they look at him as a little brother. I get it. I do get it. But I don't think he's capable of getting better. It's the whole stunted argument. He's not stunted. He's stuck. He's stuck being like this.
There are things that there's certain things he could do to change his mindset. You know, I'm not going to get into all this, but you could.
So do you support him or do you pity him?
That's a tough fucking question. I think I support him, and I support the groove. Let's put it that way.
Do you feel any pity?
Some of the shit that comes out of his mouth, I don't know. It's a tough question. I'm just gonna. But my answer is I support the channel. I support the show. I want it to be fun for everybody.
Well, I think you're running a little bit of defense for Jimmy.
Yeah, that's such a half-ass answer. I know.
I do think you pity him. I kind of think that's why you send him some gummies so he'll calm down and stop saying the crazy shit he says.
There was a reason for the gummies. He was going off. He was about to do something stupid, and we needed to put him in timeout for a week.
Yeah. You're running defense for the man. You're trying to help him out because
I've been running defense for him this whole time. He has no idea how bad this can actually get if he didn't have people doing fucking defense for him.
You're right. I mean, he'd be in jail if it wasn't for you.
Like I said, that's worth a hell of a lot more than the fucking grand my aunt sent him.
Yeah. But I forgot what we were going on there. We've changed the topic so much.
Sorry. Like I said, I'm stoned. It's not going to take much.
It's all good.
So hit me with another point I can't defend. Go ahead. Violence towards women, fucking degenerate anime. What else you got?
Yeah. Okay, so we did degenerate anime. We did degenerate anime, and you disavow, and you think that he watched it for the zombies, and I proved you completely wrong. Blew you out the water.
You just blew me away, huh? Just get on with it, for fuck's sakes.
Then we moved on to the reminiscing on high school and things. No, the violence against women.
Oh, we're still on that. All right.
Yeah. I can't understand why anyone would donate a penny to a man who would say he's going to rape a woman until they bleed.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy for thinking that, but
it's
I've never.
another one that's hard to justify. Yeah, it was an awful thing to say. You know, if that was any one of us, anyone in chat, they would have said, you know, I'm gonna find this fucking ginger bastard, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. You know, I'm gonna hurt this man. Not that you're gonna go after his girl. Like that's so fucked.
Yeah, I mean, if he said that about me, that would have been funny. But he said it about a woman, about my
It was
girlfriend.
like the worst possible take he could have took.
But he said it because he knows there's no realistic situation where he beats me in a fight.
You gotta bring ego into this.
Yeah.
Fair.
There's no realistic situation where he beats me in a fight that he doesn't have a gun or some serious weapon where he doesn't have to fight me. And in his mind, my woman is completely defenseless against him. So to show me that he's the top dog, he's going to rape my girlfriend until she bleeds.
Again, and this is another, you know, instance where I got up there and tried to correct him multiple fucking times, even though I look like an ass because he just kept fucking doing it and doing it and doing it. No matter how bad, you know, or how bad the comments were, the chat was. Yeah, dude, that's rough. That's a rough one.
And just to Queen Matt in the chat, I really hope Jimmy doesn't rape you till you bleed.
Well, Matt has her own fucking agenda over here. Let's be transparent. All right, there, sweet tits.
Well, I just hope he doesn't take the same level of incel anger out on her that he would on my girlfriend. Unlike Jimmy, I somewhat respect women.
It's hard to respect her, though, isn't it?
Yeah, she makes it difficult.
Yeah, I felt that time I went up there and called her all those horrible things. I felt guilty about it for like a day. You know, out of context, if that was said anywhere else, I don't think I would have it in me. But there's something special about that woman. She really brings it out of you.
See, she uploads all these like photoshopped images and shorts and stuff. Yeah, and I've argued with people in our own community about what she looks like. I'm 100% sure that Queen Matt's a 400-pound white woman, and until she goes live speaking while calmed up, I believe that.
She's so used to manipulating dumb black men, you know, with these fake Photoshop pictures. If that doesn't work, she'll throw money at them. Yeah, we know your game there. We know your game, sweetie.
You can hear the fat suffocating her vocal cords. There's no way she's the same woman in the picture.
Yeah, you can literally hear her fucking jowls jiggling when she laughs. You can hear it. They vibrate. You're a large woman, Maya. We could all tell. You're not fooling anybody.
So Art says she's delusional to think that giving Jimmy $1,000 will buy her any kind of protection. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Jimmy has no loyalty. Didn't go to his own grandmother's funeral. I don't know why you think he'd be on your side.
Actually, all that $1,000 did was make him not stream for a week or however days he took off. That's all that did. It made him fucking lazy.
Yeah, I mean, if she wants to donate to a lolly watching Swatter, then fair enough. I mean, it's a poor look, but if that's what she wants to do, that's fine. Guess the same could be said about you, Arjun.
Oh, fuck you. So I got the guy stoned a little bit. Go fuck yourself. The thing with Maya, at first I thought it was a kind gesture because she sent it when he first lost the job. And, you know, that would have been great, and I would have held that opinion. It wouldn't have changed until she comes up on panel and tries to manipulate him, like horribly, like to the point where everyone else sees what she's doing, but Jimmy, because he's not, you know. The same shit with Deacon. Deacon just plays him like a little fiddle, dude. Like you could tell that he's a fucking groomer. He's got it down pat. He's got it down fucking pat. You know, and Jimmy's just so fucking desperate for his approval that he goes along with it. It shit drives me nuts. And again, I love fucking with Deacon.
AP does the same thing. They got some. And Elsie say the voice is stuff of nightmares. Night says she sounds fat. You're right, but AP and Jimmy are simping hard.
It's
But she has
pathetic.
the rail.
It's
She has the
pathetic,
rail.
dude.
That's what she came here to do. She loves being the topic of conversation.
I know what she does.
She loves being talked about. Matt, if you want to have a conversation, join the panel. I'm not going to ban you from chat, but I'm not going to acknowledge any more of your comments. I wouldn't mind a conversation. You can hold your
And
own.
we know it's a Dominican cam whore. It's not you, Maya. We all know that. We already found the site, so you might want to try to find a new one.
Yeah, and if you jump up here defending Jimmy, you know, RG might be on your side. Who did one says, "Let me see your jowls." Yeah, Matt, he deleted it. Maybe should have read that out. Let us see those jowls, Matt. I'm saying it. So we were talking about pay. That's what Art says.
All right, fine.
And quite frankly, I think a lot of the Jimmy love comes from pity. It's a 26-year-old man who chats all this shit, but he's not accomplished nothing. He lives with his mother. He lives a minimum wage job. I think a lot of people take pity on the guy.
I think 30 is going to hit him hard. It's going to hit him really fucking hard.
I think that's the first reaction people have to Cyrax. I know that was my first reaction, was pity, until we knew what he'd done.
Well, there's a fucking difference there. Don't start with that. Don't.
What are you on about?
He's not fucking Cyrax, but I get your point.
No, but I think the pity argument's the same. I think people see Cyrax, they see he's clearly retarded. Their first.
No, I don't agree with that. I think people see him and they think he's interesting.
You're gonna get muted. You're gonna get muted. So I think when people see Cyrax, their first opinion's like pity. They see he's clearly retarded. And then they find out what he's done, and they think, well, retardation's not an argument.
True.
I think the same thing's happening with Jimmy. I think people see him, they see he's clearly retarded.
I disagree.
So their first argument is their first thought is pity.
He's fascinating, dude. The shit that comes out of his mouth is fascinating. You know it is. You know, he told us a story about getting into a fight, and as he swings a punch, he poops his pants. If that's not entertainment, I don't know what is.
And I do feel some kind of pity against Jimmy, but he's way too much a piece of shit for me to give him pity.
Art's in back. I think he wants to come up, which means I'm in trouble.
All right, I got a rock piss anyway, so.
Fuck.
I'm retarded?
I think the Bullwinkle shirt just sells it.
I'm retarded?
Oh, it's on a loop now?
Retarded? I'm retarded? I'm retarded? I'm retarded? I'm retarded? I'm retarded? I'm retarded?
You know, I wish he could find the humor in shit like this. If he did, he would enjoy himself much, much more. If he just went with it. He's not capable of doing that, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's how it is. I don't think he's ever going to understand the situation.
I think he could have a lot of fun if he did. But he's got to hold on to this tough guy thing. I don't know. In the gangster shit. It's all, you know, it's high school shit. I think we already kind of talked about this. But he needs to grow up.
I mean, yeah.
Because the argument is, I think he can grow up, and you think he's just stuck where he is, right? That's pretty much where we're butting heads.
No. I don't think this man could ever grow up. I think he peaked. I think he has peaked. I think it's all downhill from here. I think this does end with him in the group home, and I'm not just saying that to mock him. I really truly believe this ends with Jimmy in a group home. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, he's the only one who can prove who's wrong or right here.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Can you imagine bullying someone into getting their life straight? That's definitely something.
Yeah, I've told him from day one. I've told this man, all I do is hold a mirror up to you. It's all anyone does. You don't have to slander Jimmy. You don't have to make up stuff. He does it all. He gives you all the ammunition he needs. And I don't know. To the wider viewership, and I do see some people still are Team Jimmy. I think if you encourage, no, we're not there yet.
I think they're Team Groove. I think there's a difference.
I think if you donate to Jimmy, if you're his friend, if you go up on panel and tell him you're going to help make his show better, that's your goal. I think you encourage his behavior.
There's an argument to be made that that's enabling. You're right to a point. I just want to have fucking fun. I don't know why it wouldn't be. It can't be that simple.
No, we're getting there. We're getting there. Don't
you fuck. You bastard. You.
So, personally, I wouldn't like to encourage a guy playing sexualized underage cartoons on his channel. I personally wouldn't like to encourage swatting people. And I think if you're donating to Jimmy, if you're defending his channel, I think you're encouraging that. And if you want to get some old lady, not just someone, because Jimmy never swats the person, he swats their mother.
Who had nothing to do with it. It's always some innocent bystander.
No, that's you. That's you muted.
I'm agreeing.
Right. So, I think if you are supporting Jimmy, well, we've got someone backstage. Whoever's backstage, hang on. I'll let you up.
Just spit it out there, Ginger.
I think if you're supposed to be muted, boy. I think if we're supporting Jimmy for giving him money for on his show, saying we enjoy it and we're trying to help him, if you go up there to be a panelist constantly, you're just encouraging this dude. The guy has done nothing but swat old people. He watched degenerate anime. He bullied his 14-year-old sister into pissing into condoms for him. You know, if you support that behavior, by all means. Like, I mean, I can't tell you not to support that. I think it's wrong, then I'll bully you for it. But I can't tell you not to support the swatting of old people. If that's what you think's okay, go ahead.
Well, let me ask you this. What if he watches this, right, and comes to the conclusion that, you know what? They're right. You know, I want to better myself, and there is no more groove from this day forward. Would you feel that you accomplished your goal?
If Jimmy started behaving better,
how would you know? You'd be offline.
I'd have nothing to cook him for. I wouldn't have his team. I'd have nothing to talk about. He could absolutely destroy me by not being a degenerate, but he just can't help himself.
I know that's crazy talk. I'm just trying to make a point. I ain't got much to work with here. Come on, throw me some slack.
I mean, I've told him this to his face. Like, you could stop giving me fuel to cook you with if you just stop saying degenerate things, but he won't. It'll never happen.
Yeah, that, you know, Flight makes a good point. Just by watching the groove, you can say that's fucking enabling as well, right? You giving them the views.
And I've been working on someone firing up a dedicated restream.
You got an answer for everything, don't you?
Oh yeah, like there will be a dedicated restream soon. I don't have it sorted quite yet, I might have to do it myself. I'd rather someone else could do it. I'm not good with computers and shit. But yeah, we're gonna have a dedicated restream going because I'm not going to give views to Lolly
So
watching
the
Slaughter.
goal is to get him offline. Is this a Cyrax thing? Is that right? You don't want him to stream anymore?
No, he can stream all he wants. I'm not going to stop him being anywhere.
Well, what's the end goal? Right? You say everyone stops supporting him, right? They stop giving him advice. He does something stupid, ends up in jail, right? And then no more groove. That's the
I don't
goal.
want him in jail. I don't want him in jail. It goes back to the opening, the Reservoir Dogs opening. I don't care what he says. I just want to torture him because I enjoy it. And the
You
more
wonder,
ammunition,
you wonder why he doesn't let you up.
and the,
You know, you
and
fucking
the more
wonder why.
and the more ammunition he gives me, the better. So like, I'm all for him continuing to go live and threatening to rape women. Absolutely.
Yeah, he needs to work on that. There's no defending it.
Well, I'm getting PayPal's, guys. Really, don't donate to me for real. I don't do this for money. Antagonizing people is payment enough. I can't even check it. My phone's dying. Hang on. Sorry, RG. You're gonna have to hang this. For a second.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm gonna have to mute.
All right, Arch saying send him your shekels to support the channel. I'm all for that. WTRD is saying fuck you. I'll donate if I want. That's pretty positive. We got Bat Boy with one casket closes, another casket opens. That very well could be. I hope that's not the case. Connie's just laughing like a fucking maniac. And that's here we go. Sage wants to come up, which I think might be a good thing because I'm dying up here. No, Dersh, you're not blocked. It's the Flight is taking the take that if just by taking money from talking about Jimmy, you're enabling him as well.
I mean, I disagree. I don't want anyone to donate to me at all. I do this entirely for my enjoyment of annoying people.
God, he said I'm jealous. I don't have red hair. Yeah, you might be on something.
We
I like my soul.
Hang on.
What's up, Sage?
What's up? Come up here to defend the groove.
Oh,
Get
Jesus
the
fucking Christ.
We're gonna get the homosexual take now.
This is worse than a farm bomb.
I got the suit on. I got the Gap blinging. Come on now.
It even has a gap in his teeth. Look at that. It's accurate. It's accurate.
That does look a lot like Sage. George Lucas says he can hear the turtleneck. Yeah, we can hear it, Sage.
Oh. I'm up here to defend Jimmy.
Hopefully, you
All
do a
right.
better job than I have.
All right. Well, I kind of like RG, but I fucking hate you, Sage. So let's do it.
First argument: High School of the Dead is not lolly. It's a lewd anime.
No.
So
It's
you're going to Joseph Johnson ball watching group.
No. So sexualized underagers is okay to you, is it, Sage?
We don't know if they were underage. It
Oh, no,
could've
we
been
do.
16 and 19.
I
It's right in
checked
the
the
fucking
ages.
title, dude. It's right in the title.
Yeah, I checked
And
the
Jimmy,
ages.
that would mean Jimmy was watching it as it being sexualized. He was watching the zombies and the awesome ways they killed zombies, supposedly.
So a lot of the reviews on IMDb says they couldn't enjoy it because it was so over sexualized.
Do you think Jimmy reads reviews on animes about
I
zombies?
don't think he reads the reviews, but I think a lot of people struggle to watch it because of how hyper sexualized it was.
Well, Jimmy was watching it for the zombies.
No, okay, all right.
Next
no,
point.
no real argument. You watched it for the zombies.
You're
Okay.
much better at this than I am, Sage. Let's go.
You're not wrong, RG. You're not wrong. Okay. So Jimmy watched it for the zombies, I guess.
And the guns. Don't forget that.
So what do you think about his constant threatening of rape with women?
Tough one, huh?
It's a troll.
There you go. We're going with that.
I mean, no, we're not having that.
Final answer.
You're gonna have to do better than that one.
Like people were saying earlier, he makes things up. He's gets stuck in his imagination at times. Sometimes he doesn't realize how disgusting things have been said that are coming out his mouth.
No,
You have threatened to rape him and have your dick
I would.
inside of him when he dies.
I would rape Jimmy if I was given the opportunity. I absolutely would.
I think it's been established in this community that a rape threat towards another man is fine. Actually, it's okay. But towards a woman, it takes on a whole different meaning. It's been established long ago. So I'm not sorry to work against you there, Sage.
I think if Jimmy threatens to rape women, it's absolutely fair. I give him a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah, it's a hard one to defend. Next.
So we're not going to next. So you're fully okay with a man threatening to rape a woman until she bleeds, Sage? I'm just trying to clarify.
No. And everybody gave him shit for that take. And since he said it and people gave him shit for it,
I'm not talking about everyone.
Like it.
I'm not talking about everyone. I'm talking about you. You're up here
Hell
defending
no,
him.
I don't endorse that shit. This motherfucker's talking about raping hoes. Fuck no.
I'm just making sure you understand the man you're defending him because you're up here defending him.
That's what I'm here to do.
Okay. just making sure, before we continue.
Oh yeah. I stand by the groove and by Jimmy.
So, what about the fact he swatted 2 old people?
Yeah, it happens.
No, it doesn't happen.
It happens, is that what you said?
It happens.
It's happened enough times that there's a pattern at this point, right? Well, one of those people happened to be an innocent woman. The other person was, a dying man with cancer.
Both pensioners, both old age pensioners dying.
We can't say he swatted an old man. His target wasn't the old people. It was
Yes, it was. No. You're muted. You're muted for that one, faggot, honestly. So, his target wasn't the old people. He specifically looked up the old people. He specifically looked up the relatives of these people rather than spot them himself.
Well, I think Jimmy's take is that if you're going to fuck with him, he's just going to hit you back 10 times harder.
Yep.
Fucking bystanders be damned.
And he was focusing on making the ops feel the fire.
Okay, I don't think Marty's grandma's the ops, but
well, he couldn't find Marty.
I could. Marty offered to meet up with him. He chose not to. He chose not to meet Marty, and he chose to swat his grandmother instead. Because
so he started carrying guns because he thought Marty was going to pop out of a bush.
Yeah, the first time he fired up a stream buying weapons was because Marty threatened him. The second time was because I threatened him. The guy's very scared. He's very scared of ginger people.
He thinks you guys are Nephilim. Can you blame
Nephilim? Yeah, I don't blame him either. All right, Mark asks, what about Bill? And I think that's a pretty good question. Do you think he can justify those actions?
It was a Roku remote.
Fair enough.
No.
What would you do if Bill showed up to your house dressed in all black?
I would have stolen his chain, but that's me.
I'd go live and have a laugh about it. That's what I'd do.
Well, Jimmy's a black hypocrite. They pull guns. He was ready for the ops.
Got to stay gangster.
So I don't know, Sage. I think you're on a hill you don't want to die on right now. We got some beautiful guests backstage. Can we welcome WTRD and Marks the Noob?
Hey guys.
It's about to be a 2-on-2. Oh,
For
and
the
Marks.
same reason Marks was. What about Bill, Sage?
That's what I just
Mark's-
answered.
Wait.
Mark's-
Hey, thanks for having me on. Now I'm not like
Yeah.
echoing, am I?
Just checking
No,
it was
you're
you.
You're good.
Wait, what? You motherfucker. Wait, so you threw me off, you son of a bitch, Irish son of a bitch. What about the April 4th gang? Like, as much as I hate books, but like, do we forget that like our homeboy Jimmy did say he was gonna dig up somebody's mom and dance on her grave and molest the corpse and all that shit? Like, we didn't forget about that.
That was justified. Book said just
No,
as rotten
no,
shit as he did.
no.
Yes, he did. We're talking
So-
about fucking books.
So
I'm not
So
defending books.
Mark's brings this up as if it's the first time he's heard this, and maybe it was. Jimmy's made this threat to people before. He said it to Jimmy Death about a year before he said this. He was fully up for digging up someone's mother and raping them.
Yep.
It's weird. It's a weird thing to default to as a
Well,
threat.
But
That's
I
so
like
obviously just words, though, right? That's
I'll
just
put that out
words.
there. I love Sage, and if he died, I would dig up his corpse to rape him.
Yep.
I
See,
love
there we
those
go.
stories.
Isn't that sweet?
I'm gonna hop on
Corpses do not
down
have
though because
genders,
I was just
so
gonna.
it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman corpse.
I was just gonna come up
Corpse
and
is
ask the
corpse.
question that Mark's asked in chat, but he's up here, so I'm gonna hop on down.
All right, be good, man.
Good stream, guys.
Thank you.
GG's.
But again, I'm not going to stay up long either because I don't want to derail. But like, there is a lot of talk of rape and molesting corpses and gun pulling. What about the Uber drivers? Like, that's justified? You guys are cool with him pulling a gun on them, or even is horrible as Psycho Candy can be? Like, didn't Jimmy pull a gun on him too?
He did not. He did to the Uber driver, and there's no defending that either. The man is incredibly irresponsible with
Jimmy-
weapons and
Jimmy-
probably should have known him. Yeah, I'm not
Stop
doing too
interrupt-
good with it defending.
Stop-
Sorry, go ahead.
Stop interrupting me. No, Psycho Candy showed up and Jimmy robbed him. $100, I think it was.
Nope, we didn't rob him. Psycho Candy offered that money as tribute.
No. He offered it under duress. Right, he was robbed.
A weapon was not involved, I think is the point.
Yeah, but Psycho Candy was scared of him.
Whose fault is that? Sounds more like a Psycho Candy problem.
It does. I'm not going to argue that one.
What was the other one? The Uber drivers? Jimmy thought
Yep,
it wasn't
Uber
a
driver. Bro,
It's Jimmy's thing, though, isn't it?
And if I
Threatening
recall
people.
correctly, that same exact night, J Dog
So
was
say-
circling his house saying he was
say-
pulling up.
Don't ever interrupt me again, right? Archright in the comments, threatening to meet up someone with zero intention as meeting up with. Yeah, he absolutely does threaten people hard when he knows there's going to be no repercussions. The taxi thing, the bill thing.
I have one
Uh,
more, and then I'll jump down and let you go back to it. Like, Fifth Sage,
Sure.
would you
ahead.
stream the way Jimmy does in your mother's house and justify that and do what he does?
I don't know what kind of mother Miss Lisa is.
You stuttered a
Maybe
little
she
bit
wants
there,
him
homie.
there. She's making sure he's taken care of. And
That's not what I
Yeah.
asked, though. That what I'm trying to get you to answer is like, would you do it then, like justifying Jimmy's behavior? Would you do what he does, flashing guns, hiding them in the bushes, waiting for the ops to show up over some internet word?
possibly.
And- All right, on that, I'm gonna dip out. You guys, thanks for having me on, Crow. Big ups, homie.
It's a good
Thank you,
question,
Mark.
though. Later, man.
It is a good question, Deuces, bro. It is a good question.
So you're going to answer it, or you're just going to let it? You're just
I
gonna
said
ignore it?
possibly. I can't answer for that. I'm not Jimmy. I don't got a black mom. Don't live with my mom.
I think you try way too hard to answer for Jimmy Sage. I think you try a lot to be his friend, and
Now, if I
think you.
I'm already
I think you
certified,
snuck your. I think you snuck your way into this community by pretending you're on our side. I think you're just. I think you do it for Jimmy.
now I was waiting for this opportunity when I knew one of the ops was going to plan a stream to take down Jimmy, and that's when I was going to strike. And now I'm striking.
He's looking
So-
out for the groove, is what it comes down to.
I think Sage is fully Team Jimmy.
I don't condone all his behaviors.
Well, the thing with the
Because-
Uber driver is, I think he was trying to send a message. I don't think he meant the guy any harm, but he was pretty much telling everyone, if you pull up to my fucking house, this is what's going to happen.
Well,
Right?
my argument would be that after the whole Wally incident, Sage, you jumped up on panel to make the clarification that what Jimmy was watching wasn't Wally, it was just degenerate.
Yeah, because we can't loop them into the same thing as like a white Bowser. And it's like there are niggas that like white Bowser and little fucking niggas who watch lewd animes for that type of shit. I honestly think Jimmy was watching for zombies.
Be quiet. So Bowser watched an anime based on high schoolers. It was Twala on Monday, an anime based on over-sexualized high schoolers. Jimmy watched High School of the Dead, which is self-explanatory. But you jumped up there to make the difference between lolly and not lolly. I mean, I'm not 100% sure what the difference is. I mean, you're the lolly expert, Sage. So
Bitch, no.
Yeah.
I'm an anime
as
expert.
the lolly expert on
An
panel, why don't you
expert,
explain?
and as an anime expert, I could say Lolly is, from what I think it is, according to like from what I've seen on like anime shits and how they describe it, I think it's like little girls who are like 4,000 years old or some weird shit. It's like little girls, like little girl shit.
Okay,
High School of the Dead. I don't know. I don't
so
know. It's
15-year-old
foul.
girls aren't 15-year-old girls aren't little girls, are they, Sage? Are they the adults?
Nah, I mean, I don't know. The anime, it's
Just try to clarify where you stand here.
Jimmy was watching it for the zombies.
I think I kind of felt that way the same way Sage did, because he doubled down on it so hard. He showed us the clip, was like, what don't you people understand? You know, there was conviction behind it.
This is about Sage, not you, RG.
Yeah.
Fidudo says Lolly is young girls. It's shortened from Lolita, and that makes sense to me.
Bada boom.
But you want to jump up and run the defense. It's not Lolly, it's just degenerate.
Yeah, it's very degenerate. It's it's foul.
So what's the difference between watching over-sexualized 15 to 17-year-olds and watching?
I believe the ages were 16 to 21. Not that it makes it any better.
No, 15
but-
to 17. 15 to 17.
I don't know about that one.
That is just true. Go look it up.
No, I'm not looking that shit up.
Google the ages. Well, to the chat, to anyone watching, Google the ages of people in High School of the Dead. I'm not talking shit.
I fucking Googled black pudding and that shit keeps popping up on everything now. There's no way in fuck I'm about to Google High School of the fucking Dead.
You're trying to change the topic. You came up here to
No, I'm
defend.
just saying why I will
You
not
came up
Google
here to defend underage animes, and now you're trying to change the topic.
To be
We're not
fair, a
talk-
lot of animes, the protagonists do take. It takes place in like a high school, or they're like around that age, like One Piece.
I mean, I
think
watched
the
a lot of
niggas like
animes.
16,
I wa-
17.
I watched a lot of animes. None of them were in high schools. Maybe that's just animes you watch, Sage.
Oh yeah. What animes now? We're not even going down the anime rabbit hole.
Well, you did
I
it.
believe that's a lie. Okay, Mark says 17.
No, Marks, that's not the youngest person. Look at Marks, you're wrong. That's the average age. That's the average age.
Nope, somebody said it was 17 to 21-year-olds. They
I'm
can't
seeing a
watch
lot of
Japan.
17s in chat.
Look up the youngest sexualized character in the anime. It's not 17. It's not.
But even if let's just say if it was 17, the
That's
shit's
a
still
whole
not-
lot of Googling no one
still-
wants to do, to be
still
honest.
a minor. It's still foul. Jimmy
I'm just
watches
saying.
it for the zombies.
17 still not a minor, but it's below 17. It's not 12, C2. That's too far. Okay, I honestly think the youngest one's 15, maybe 16. Silly guy says I'm starting to think ZDR real. Okay, silly guy. We're not doing that one. Anime is degen shit random. It absolutely is. So I don't know. So far, I feel like RG's made a good defense of this, and Sage has just come up here fully in support of underage anime children being sexualized.
Lie. We're not in support of the sexualization.
I mean,
But again, I don't think Jimmy was watching it for that. I don't even think he even looked at it as being sexualized. He probably
I
just
don't.
thought
I
that's
don't.
how anime looks.
So in episode 6, when the school nurse is using her breast to hose down all the
I don't know.
underagers.
I never seen that part. I've never seen
Well,
that shit.
I'm just asking a
What
question.
do you mean you didn't
Just
see that
asking a
part?
question.
You've seen some of it, Sage?
I've never
So
seen any of it. I've seen when Jimmy got banned, and I've seen like
So-
20 seconds of it.
in episode 6, when the school nurse is hosing
This
down all the
bitch.
underagers with her breast milk,
All right, that's
Uh,
foul. That's just fucking foul.
That is.
would you say that's a little bit
Fuck.
weird?
It's more than a little bit weird. That's
Just checking you're on the same page, Sage. I wouldn't want you painted as anything you aren't.
Jimmy probably looked away during that scene because there were no zombies.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Sage.
We know he walks away from his desk quite often.
Right. Well, I don't believe he wasn't streaming at that point. He was watching it himself. This is an anime he highly recommended.
He had
Okay.
to know he was going to get shit for this.
Do I
He
need to
had
pull out
to
more
know.
scenes? Do I need to pull out more scenes, Sage? Are we gonna do this?
No. I think we're good on that.
Get to the next topic there, Ginger.
We're not finished. I want a clarifying statement from Sage whether he avows or disavows High School of the Dead.
Disavow High School of the Dead
All right. Why?
because it's just a little too lewd. I don't know. I don't like that shit. It's weird.
It's too lewd, or it's too lewd involving underagers. Which
It's
one?
too lewd in general. I don't know. Anime's fucking anime. Should it be lewd? That shit, I don't know. It's a little too much.
So, Mark doesn't want to dig through it, but 70 is still underage, and he's right. The youngest character is younger than 17. That's for sure.
I know Jimmy knew who it was. He meant, like, yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
doesn't
he
do
said
any-
her name. He
I
said her
know.
name. You're right. He did. I brought her up, and he said her name. He
Yeah.
fully understood. And I don't know why you're up here trying to defend him, Sage. This is the second
Because
time. you've
RG was conceding on some points, so we just have to level
I
the
think
playing
RG
field.
I think RG was being fair.
On
I
the
think
group, we
maybe-
don't be fair.
I think maybe you enjoy these animes, and that's why you're up here defending them.
Oh yeah. Love that shit.
So Silly Guy says the numbers are less important because they depict the characters as around 12. Yeah, that's a fair argument. They're definitely not depicted as old enough. And it's another thing I don't get with all the Jimmy defense.
Well, Jimmy's a grooving motherfucker. He be grooving out.
There's nothing
He has a lot
groovy
of
about
fun.
watching. There's nothing groovy about watching underage anime. Sage.
Oh my god, we're still on this. What's the next
yeah.
one?
You know
we'll
the,
get
the
there.
condom
I'm
and the
not done.
prince is next, right? You know that's next. It has to be. Those are his
What's
two
next?
favorite talking points.
So just before we continue, you're cool with him watching over sexualized underage anime. I just want you to like clarify your stance on this.
No, we are not grooving with High School of the Dead.
Yeah, so it's not groovy.
It is not groovy.
You're not grooving with it, and it's weird and borderline pedophilic to watch that.
I would say it's not groovy. I wouldn't say borderline pedophilic. Like I said, Jimmy, he's
So it's
watching the
not-
zombies.
So it's not pedophilic to watch an anime of over sexualized underagers, no?
In Jimmy's case, no. He was watching it for the action and zombies.
Oof, oof. I'm not sure
Now,
about that.
if Jimmy was to come on stream, like, let me show y'all this anime with these big
I,
titty
I think
bitches, and it
here,
happens to be high
but
schoolers, then yeah,
the,
that shit's fat.
the,
That's
the,
even worse.
this is a case of people feel it's what's the name of the stream? Pity the fool. You're showing the guy pity.
That's not pity. I just
It's
know that
pity.
I don't think Jimmy looked at it like that. He showed it to everybody, knowing, yeah, what would happen, knowing this would happen.
Well, there's two reasons you're defending this, Sage. Either you agree with the anime or you pity Jimmy.
No, that is not. No, he said either I agree or I pity Jimmy, or I just know that Jimmy wasn't watching it for those reasons.
Well, have you read the IMDb reviews?
Krog, I don't read. No.
All right. Well, all of them are complaining about how over-sexualized this was and that made them not enjoy it. They like anime, but they're upset about how over-sexualized it was, considering it involves minors.
I don't even think Jimmy noticed it.
Oh, well, listen. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, Sage.
I honestly don't think Jimmy looks at anime like that.
So I'm gonna refer to a poll I had at some point recently. Did Jimmy watch it? Did Jimmy watch it for the zombies? And it's 99% no. He didn't watch it for the zombies.
How many
I-
yeses are there?
I think that was me and Sage that voted no.
Well, that poll is insufficient evidence.
Random, you're right. Fist can't defend it. He's trying his hardest.
It's zombies in action. It is Jimmy.
So what about the swatting then, Sage?
I mean, shit, we was at war. You have
So-
to make the ops feel it.
So
And,
far on
the
far
old
on this
people.
panel, you defended underage anime on swatting.
No. Didn't
Yeah,
defend that.
no. What the fuck you on about? That's exactly what you've done.
Nope, I've defended zombie killing.
And I think a lot of Jimmy supporters do the same thing. And I think it's weird.
To their opinions.
What's he doing?
I don't know. I think he's figuring out I got the softball questions. He's getting the hardball questions.
See, I think he's a liar. I trust your opinion, RG.
Oh, that's fair. Well, thank you, Kirk.
Oh, what the fuck? Drop out?
Yeah, you dropped him, now you're back.
What the fuck?
So player one says he didn't notice it, but knew exactly what we meant when we said lolly. Yeah, he
Because
did.
then I think he woke him up oh shit. This shit is a little fucked up.
So if I was watching an anime and suddenly a bunch of high school girls started getting breast milk posed on them by their school nurse, I'm going to start thinking that's a weird anime.
I mean, we don't know if Jimmy did not think that.
He kept watching it and recommended it to other people.
Yeah. Well, maybe he thought everybody else was a zombie enthusiast.
What?
He thought other people would enjoy an anime about zombies and killing.
Well, so player one says, keep running defense. It's obviously a team Wally. Yeah, I mean, Sage at this point is a seasoned Wally defender.
That's a goddamn lie.
This is maybe the third time. Not on panel. I think one of them was in
Actually,
VC.
after this, I think White Bowser's expecting your counsel there, Sage.
Yeah.
We are here at the Groovy Network. We are against all types of lolly.
No.
And moving forward, even lewd
We.
anime.
There's no we. There's no we here, Sage. Okay.
When I say we, I'm talking about me and my teeth. Fuck you,
you
Crow.
talk about you. You're talking about you. So just say me.
We.
So when Bowser was questioned about the High School of the Dead, he said he hadn't seen it, but it's on his watch list.
I know.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I know when Jimmy heard that shit, he knew he was fucked. Yeah. That's rough.
So how are you going to defend that one, Sage?
Easy. As we all know, White Bowser likes Lolly. Maybe the girls in that anime were too old for him.
How do you know Bowser didn't watch it for the zombies? Why is it different for Jimmy?
Because Bowser said he loves big boobs. And he watches Lolly anime for that shit. So we know he's like that.
I mean, I don't think it's fair.
What?
I don't think it's fair to crucify Bowser for watching these things.
Well, Jimmy's never made a comment about boobs.
Yeah, because he knew what happened the second he got caught for this.
And I don't even think Jimmy's ever like looked and complimented on a woman's figure. I think he just talks about fucking them and fucking their face.
Okay, so you're making the argument that Jimmy doesn't comment on women's appearances.
I
What
don't.
is
So I
this?
don't think he was watching. So I know he wasn't watching it for the appearance of the people in that anime.
No, like you just made the argument that Jimmy's never made the comment on someone's physical appearance.
I don't think he has. I think he just talks about fucking them.
Well, Jimmy sexually harassed every woman that's been on panel.
I know, but he says, "Let me suck your pussy" or just foul shit. He doesn't like ever say like "you got titties" or any crazy shit like that. He hasn't even said that about my yacht. He just says, "I'll put a cape on and fly over there like super nigga and fuck you."
Yeah, I mean you're right. He never once compliments them on their physical appearance or how they are. He just jumps straight to wanting to rape them. So, you're right. He's never complimented them on their appearance. You are right, Sage. Yeah. Big W.
Well, there we go. At least we got one.
And I'm going to remind you guys, you're both up here defending these retarded points, and Jimmy's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I'm
He's
well
probably doing more important
aware.
things.
Well aware.
And Cinema says those hoes going in chains. Yeah, well, Jimmy doesn't see. Jimmy doesn't see women as people. He sees them as objects who owe him money and sex. I don't know why people support this, and lots of people do. They give him donations. They follow him. They make his panel entertaining. But Jimmy would absolutely rape women given the opportunity.
Nope.
Hey, no.
No.
I think a woman would fucking straighten his ass out, keep him in line. I don't think.
No,
No,
Right.
don't give me that
No.
shit.
Silence. Right, and I'll just kick the parias.
Damn, Art's throwing some fucking chairs in chat.
So
RG's
if you
happy
think-
to see Sage take
no,
the hard
no,
question.
no, I'm
No,
speaking.
no.
I'm speaking. Right. So if this was an apocalypse scenario, you know, like where zombies are taking over the world, you don't think Jimmy would just go around raping every woman he could? Because I do.
Nah, he's too timid.
No, you're wrong.
What do you mean? You
He's-
see him walking the streets.
Yeah, because men are out there. but if you can if you can catch a woman on their own, God
All
help.
good,
Right? Nah. Let me rephrase the question. Would you like to be a woman alone with Jimmy?
Would you want your sister alone with him? I think would be a better question.
It's the same question. It's the same question. Would you like to be alone with Jimmy, or would you leave your sister alone with him? And the answer is fuck no. There's no way.
And I just want to address Art and a few other comments in there about the resume thing. You know, I genuinely felt bad for the kid, and I do, I do try to help people if I can and will, and I can see how that was looked, how people saw that, but it is what it is, It is what it is. I wanted to help the kid.
It's clear RG has a soft spot for potential rapists.
Guilty, I guess. I don't know.
Guilty as charged. So it said you were busy speaking there. I think you think you got off lightly.
What's the next one? What's the next topic? Is Jimmy a good guy? Yes.
No. 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 Give me one example of Jimmy being a good guy, Sage. Go ahead.
He just fought for his sister.
By smacking another chick in the back of the head? I mean, come on.
Gotta
You
do
don't,
what you got to do.
Yeah.
you don't
no.
put your hands on a woman
No.
no matter what.
No.
At least it was in the back of the head.
Well, let's
It's
have another one.
actually worse, actually, depending on the woman.
Your point is clearly hotly debated, Sage. So why don't we? Do you have any other point you could raise where Jimmy was a good person?
He has daily adventures with us almost every day.
Yeah, that's not an argument. I wouldn't be a good
But this is
person.
also a man who's had numerous concussions. I think, that fits into this somewhere.
I mean, Sage sounds like he's had numerous concussions with the point.
Yeah. Agreed.
So your two arguments for Jimmy being a good person are he punched a girl in the back of the head and no. That's your two arguments.
He was working for Goodwill, which gives clothes to the less fortunate, which I think is a good deed.
Okay, I'll give you that one. So what about when he said he was going to rape a girl till she bled?
Yeah. That was the devil speaking.
No, it was Jimmy speaking.
Yep. No
And
voice
you're-
changer.
and Your team Jimmy. That's something you support, Sage.
Uh,
In RG, if you're team Jimmy, that's something.
Yeah.
Even if you don't support it, you encourage it by being his friend.
You backing me in a corner, fuckface.
It's not just you. It's just not just you. It's for everybody who's Jimmy's friend. Even if you don't like it, you encourage it.
Since then, he has not said anything of that nature.
What about his lack of holding himself accountable?
Since
Yeah.
then, since 1 week ago, Sage. What the fuck are you talking about? Since then,
I was hoping
since
you
1
didn't
week
catch it.
ago.
What about not taking responsibility for losing his job, Sage? That was another tough one.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a Jimmy thing. That's like almost everything is never his fault. They don't really take accountability for shit. I think even he would agree with that.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So AJG says that's in the past. I mean, that seems to be Sage's argument so far. That was in the past, Marty. That's fifth Stage's argument.
It's a rough one to defend. Like, the rape thing's one thing, but then till she bled, it's like, bruh, what the fuck? Yeah.
So Sage, we can argue semantics forever, but I do have to ask you: should people donate to Jimmy?
If they support the content and enjoy
Wow.
the groove.
Wow, no, wrong answer. You done. If you support swatting and sexual harassment, then yeah, donate to the groove, 100%.
Or if you
Sage-
support a black man trying to get out his mom's house.
If you support the black man trying to get out in the community to rape people and rob them and watch degenerate anime, then yeah, I fully support donating to Jimmy. If you support the black man having his opportunity to laugh at a dying cancerous man while he dies on the floor,
Oh,
yeah,
I forgot about
then
that
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, that
Donate to
RBR
Jimmy.
shit was rough, dude.
I forgot that even happened today. Fuck.
Shut up. Well, fuck it. Donate to Sage because he supports it too, you know? help Fifth Sage support Jimmy. Have you got I've got a cash app, Fifth Sage. Can we post it in the chat? Let's get it going. What's your cash app, Fifth Sage?
$$ Spaz IRL or Spaz Lord, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
send a
not posting
donation
it.
to victims of domestic violence, Sage.
There we go. There we go.
I'm not posting it. But if you want to donate to help Sage, Marks has got an animal charity on his channel.
Even better.
There, yep. There we go. I mean,
Go ahead,
arguably
bud.
on even playing field.
RBR thing hurt. It was rough. This is a guy, that he grew, I guess, grew into the whole YouTube thing watching, right? He has respect for the guy somewhat, looks up to him, and to just laugh at a man's pain like that, as his father went through a very similar thing. That was rough.
Yeah, and he related it to his father and shit.
Well, Fifth Sage, you've already said you supported this.
That's what I support, the groove.
You don't get the back out now. After you've already-
Not all actions the groove may take.
So, Cinema said he watched RBR when he was grieving the death of his father. Now he mocks him as he's in major pain on stream. Yep. And I'm a malicious troll. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not. But if Jimmy was dying on stream and genuinely begging for help because he couldn't get off the floor, I'm not one to be laughing at that.
No,
But
never.
But a lot of people jumped on Jimmy's bandwagon and all laughed at RBR while he lay on that floor begging for help.
I think you mean Joseph. I think.
I mean, JJ did give. Yeah, I feel like JJ encouraged a lot of it.
Not just JJ. I mean, Sage is up here defending Jimmy right now. So why don't we ask him rather than JJ?
I don't find the RBR thing funny. I think that shit was a little fucked up, especially for him to cackle at it like that on panel. It's a little fucked up.
You just said people should support Jimmy if they enjoy his content.
Again, you separate the art from the artist, right? Right, Sage?
Yeah.
No.
When you listen to "I Believe I Could Fly," do you think of R. Kelly?
I don't listen to that shit.
Okay,
Anyway.
what about Michael Jackson? You hear "Dirty Diana"?
That wasn't that shit either.
Oh my god. Okay, you're a shitty example.
You straight up said that people should donate if they enjoy what Jimmy watches.
Nope. I said they support the groove.
If they support the groove, well, the groove's doxing old people and swatting them. The groove's watching High School of the Dead.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, the swatting calls were hilarious.
Shut the fuck up, Sage. And the groove is laughing at a cancerous old man while he dies on the floor. That's the groove.
The swatting calls were hilarious. I'm happy nothing too serious happened, but he did it.
Well, I hope nobody does.
Tell that to books.
I hope nobody swats you, Sage.
Nah, it happens.
So you're fully team Jimmy then?
Some things he does are pretty shitty, but
it seemed like you're flip flopping. You gotta pick a team here, Sage. Are you team
with the groove?
Are you team High School Anime, or are you team
what?
Are you team Krog? What's the team?
Jimmy is not all high school.
But that's not the. That's not the question I asked, Sage. I asked you: are you team High School Anime, or are you team Krog?
When it comes to high school anime or Krog, I'm gonna have to go with the Scottish man.
There we go.
That's when it comes to that high school.
So Flynn said a real swatting is essentially attempted murder, and anybody who listened to Jimmy swatings, they were attempted murder. He didn't send the police round. No.
Yeah.
He made some extravagant excuse about them having guns and all that nonsense.
He did say some fucking crazy shit, dude. And I
don't think the craziest one was when he
begged him not to. I fucking begged him.
I just have one question for Sage.
Sorry. What's up?
I just have one question for Sage. So swatting is content to you?
No, not the swatting, and
Well, you just said that you found it
I would
funny,
say the call. The call was
and that
funny.
you
The
enjoyed
calls
it.
are hilarious. I think the calls are funny.
So the swatting
However,
call.
the
So if someone does a
aftermath of what
swatting
could have
call,
been,
that's
the
funny or
potential
hilarious.
aftermath of a swatting, not Gucci. But hearing Jimmy on the phone trying to explain some stupid ass shit, anytime he's on the phone, not even just
I
swatting.
just, and I'm being serious. Like, I just need you to say that swatting is not funny.
Swatting is not funny.
All right, thank you.
But no,
Because you about stepped into some shit a little bit with that.
No, nobody would say swatting is
He's
funny. I
lying.
said the calls
You're
that
lying.
Jimmy made were funny.
Truthfinder thinks swatting's funny.
No, wait. Before you go WTRD, he's saying the calls Jimmy made were funny. The calls he made
One
were
of the
swatting.
best things Jimmy did was with the one fucking 911 operator. He's like,
It was
why you
his-
sound like that? It was fucking
when
hilarious.
Marty's mom called him, the anger that came from that is what was the funny part. It wasn't the swatting itself. Swatting is awful.
Yeah.
People get hurt, especially innocent people that had nothing to do with anything.
I'm not arguing if the content was funny. I'm arguing that call wasn't swatting, and Sage supports it.
No,
Yeah, I think Cinemas has a point. The context of the call is swatting, but Jimmy,
Yes.
he's not bright enough to figure that out. So it didn't quite work out that way.
I don't know. I just think when you start like thinking of that kind of, giving that stuff like credence and saying that it's funny and stuff like that, you're setting a very dangerous precedent with the fucking retard.
If you
I
remember
fully
right,
agree. And
I
I
went
would
up
say
there and
that
tried to talk him
I
out
would
of it
say that-
numerous times to the point where it was frustrating.
I would say that I agree with WTRD, and anyone who donates to Jimmy or supports his show encourages the swatting behavior. And yet you're just as guilty as him. He said he was
But-
going to swat someone the other night. If
I'm
after he
gonna
said
hop
that,
down. I'm gonna say like Sage. I get along with you. I like you, but just that take, man. That I don't like that.
no, swatting is not okay.
All right, but I'm gonna hop on down. I just had to
Right,
ask
well-
that.
WTRD is banned from the panel for being too polite to Sage.
Oh, fuck off, you Irish bastard. Do a jig. Fucking cam up and do a jig for us.
Not going to happen, bro.
Okay. Bye now.
There's not
He-
one of
he-
us in chat that can say they didn't laugh at some of that shit. Not one of us.
Well, I don't know. I'm just
The
not
morality
quite-
of it aside, because it's obviously wrong, but all of us are guilty of laughing our fucking asses off.
Well, I'll give people a good example. So back when I was a little bit new to this streaming, and I was antagonizing Jimmy, a guy called Ganville came into our community, and
Yeah.
I'm sure,
I remember.
yeah, I'm sure most of these people. Am I echoing?
A little bit, but it's not that noticeable.
Is it from my mic?
No, you're good, dude. Go ahead.
So a lot of people immediately protested Gamble because he was a swatter. And those same people defend this guy. I don't get it. Marx is right. CDR is Team Gamble right now.
That's a fair point. It really is.
But I don't get why people defend Jimmy when he swat people. And the same people defending him, if I went live right now and swatted Jimmy, they would attack me.
Well, I said this earlier too, that when he does stupid shit like this, he opens himself up to other harsh things, such as people calling his job. So again, it's all shit he's doing himself. You
And-
can't
I wouldn't-
fucking.
I wouldn't
say
ever
that
encourage
any of this is
people
okay.
to swat. I wouldn't ever encourage people to swat Jimmy, but he absolutely does deserve it. I don't know.
I wouldn't say he deserves it.
Yes, he deserves it. He swatted
His,
three people.
his mom certainly doesn't deserve it, and neither does his sister.
Or the dog.
But that's another point within itself that I don't think the sister and the mother deserve any of the shit that happens over there. It's another byproduct of Jimmy's actions.
Well, that's on him. That's on him.
I agree with
not
you.
bring-
I agree.
Yeah, it's on him not to bring the heat to his mother's door. But when he thought I was at his workplace, the first thing he did was tell me to come to his mother's house to fight him.
While in the car with her.
Not fight him, sorry. No. The first thing he said
Shoot
was
you.
to come to his mother's house so he could kill me in his mother's garden. That's crazy. Like, you're
Wants
trying to
save
ruin
on
your mother.
fertilizer.
Well, it's his mother that's going to have to deal with the court case while he's getting locked up. It's his mother that's going to have the police in her garden collecting evidence. But he was fully ready to bring all that heat to his mother's house, like a true hypocrite, you know?
You think you would have pulled the trigger? Honestly,
Yeah.
I think he would shoot me. I 100% believe he would shoot me.
Yeah.
you feel the same way, Sage?
He's very impulsive. He's not going to think things through. He's not going to think about what the next step is going to be. He's very, very impulsive. He's a creature of impulse.
Yeah, but to murder, oh, man, that's a hard reality to face. You're probably right, both of you.
I mean, he could have me on panel and we could argue with one another all night and get like 200 viewers. But no, yeah, he just shoot me.
Yeah.
He wouldn't fight me. If he fought me, I'd kill him. That's why he wouldn't. There's no way he would face me without a weapon. He would face me with a weapon he could kill me with immediately. There's no way I would get a fair fight.
I mean, that just shows how much hatred he has for you.
Well, Hood makes a point saying that he's not that impulsive with no felonies, but he doesn't really leave the house much.
He doesn't leave the house at all. This nigga has not left the house since he said he's been on YouTube since he was 19. I don't even think he left the house back then. All these stories are from high school. No adult stories, no bars, never went out, never really did shit as an adult. I think that's the only reason he doesn't have felonies.
So let's just completely out of the blue. When was the last fight you got in RG?
I'm pleading the fifth on that.
Okay, was it within the last 5 years?
Yes.
Of course. So Sage, when was the last fight you got in?
Last 5 years.
Wow. So we're not going to get any specifics. Okay, well,
Welcome to the U.S., dude.
to the viewers, I tried to get some explanation. But absolutely. And I don't want to share mine either, so my last fight was in the last 5 years. When was Jimmy's last fight? High school, bro. That's wild. It's wild to me.
He hasn't done much living outside of high school. And he's very stuck there.
Yeah.
That's why I think psychedelics would be good for him. You know, just fucking whatever speed bump he has going on, just get over it and move on with your fucking life, dude.
It's really wild because I'm like a couple of years older than Jimmy. I'm not much older than the guy. I'm about the same age. And the guy's still bragging about high school. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think he understands how that looks either.
He doesn't. He does not understand the optics at all of anything he does, or he wouldn't be threatening a rape woman on panel.
Yeah, you can't argue with that, really.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think we're nearing the end of this stream. We've been going for 2.5 hours.
It's only so much abuse me and Sage can take. Here.
I'm gonna give my ending statement. Jimmy's a lost
No,
soul.
I'm
He's a good guy.
speaking. We're not at the ending statements. We're not even close to the ending statements, Sage. So you shut your mouth, right? I think we've come to a conclusion that the Jimmy defenders will defend anything. Some of them, maybe RG won't, but the hardcore Jimmy defenders like Fifth Sage, they'll defend the lolly. They'll defend the swatting. I mean, I think it's fair to say at this point that Sage is fully team lolly and team swatting.
That's a damn lie. If Jimmy was to like do some real life shit, like text a 14-year-old or do some real foul shit, yeah, those are things that cannot be defended. Disavowed. The nigga's done. But he doesn't really do any stupid shit like that.
But you're okay with him watching depictions of 16-year-olds nude. That's
He
okay.
was watching it for the zombies.
Yeah, he's watching naked 16-year-olds anime.
We don't
for
know
the
if they're
zombies.
naked. Have you watched?
They were
it, bro?
naked. That we do know. I read the description. I know.
I mean, yeah, no. He probably was out of the room during that.
Well, Sage is fully okay with over-sexualized drawings of underagers, and he should be treated with the same disdain that Jimmy is for enjoying that.
Oh yeah. Fair point.
At least
Yeah.
RG disagreed on the underage animes, so you know. But Sage enjoys that. He thinks it's okay.
It is not okay. It is disavowed.
AJ, you're right. Sage watches underage animes, but he closes his eyes when he watches them, so it's all good.
He's not dumb enough to tell us.
We don't know if Jimmy watched, but what I can say is that Jimmy was watching it for zombies and possibly action.
Well,
Is
that's
it
proof
because I
by Paul.
recommended Spawn and he wanted to be like, well, oh yeah, I kind of found this too. I think this is cool.
Yeah.
No, because he
There are-
watches anime, so I think he just
There
looked
are
up zombie
plenty-
anime.
There are plenty of animes you can watch that don't have nude underagers in them. Sage and Jimmy both choose not to watch those animes. Yeah.
It's another lie. Objection.
I mean, you were the first person to pop up on any streams telling everyone that it wasn't Lolly, so I guess you're like the resident Lolly expert.
no, I just know what people consider Lolly to be, or whatever the fuck Lolly seems to be, and
It's you and
That's
Bowser,
what he
Sage.
showed us.
You're in good company.
So you know a lot about Lolly. You're the resident Lolly
I don't
expert.
know anything about Lolly. I would think you would, since you think it is Lolly. You're reading the reviews. How do we know you haven't watched it? How do we know you're not making the reviews? If I recall correctly, one of your screensavers had a picture of it.
My
What's that mean?
screensaver.
Does that mean you got
My
Lolly
screen-
saved?
Well, I don't think that's remotely true at all. I've never
I
had
think
a
it was a
screensaver.
thumbnail with Jimmy's face on it.
I made a thumbnail. Yeah, I absolutely did. That's for sure.
Oh. So who really enjoys the Lolly? The man who saves it, or the man
Well,
who disavows it? Me.
This is a
I disavow.
terribly weak argument, Sage. I'm pretty sure everyone who saw that thumbnail understood why I made that thumbnail. But if you want to make that argument, that's fine, Sage. Go on defending the underage anime cartoons.
Nah.
I won't stop you.
On behalf of the group, we disavow underage animes.
Well, Sage doesn't speak for the group. Maybe he disavows the
Yeah,
underage
Jay.
animes.
It says
But
groupie
Jimmy
ladies.
recommended them. Jimmy recommended the underage animes. That's how I found out about them. I was watching The Groove one day, and I was looking for a new Netflix show to watch. And Jimmy recommended this anime. He said it was about zombies. So I fired up the anime thinking I was getting a zombie show. And suddenly I'm greeted with party shots of underagers. And I was kind of disappointed in Jimmy because I thought he was recommending me a good TV show.
Is this true? How much of it did you watch?
Just the intro, the one he played on his stream.
You would think the trailer that he showed us would have been enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, the intro he played in his stream.
Oh, you
He
rewatched
did
that.
show
I
a
see.
fucking trailer. No, he showed a trailer.
Oh,
He was excited to
Okay.
show us.
okay, RG. Okay, RG.
That's what makes me think he didn't know any better. He was thrilled to show us something new. Like, check this out. Check out how cool this is. Like he didn't even see it. Like, I don't know. Again, maybe I'm fucking reaching. I don't know. he knows where he is. He knows what we think about people who are into that
No,
shit.
that's a ridiculous take. He doesn't know where he is.
What?
There's no way on earth this man knows where he is when he confesses to me he watched High School of the Dead. There's no way. There's no way you confess to your main op that you watch High School of the Dead if you know where you are.
I guess that's my point.
He didn't see anything wrong with it. Because it was all about zombies and action.
Because he thinks it's okay to sexualize underagers. That's what I took away from it.
I just think he was trying to give people a good. I don't even think he thought they were underage. He probably just thought he probably didn't even see them. Zombies, undead, whatever the fuck it's called. A lot of fighting or something.
I mean, yeah.
Now, does that make him a bad guy? No.
I mean, by itself, I might agree with you. But there's way more to it than that. The fact he constantly disrespects his mother, the fact he fantasizes about raping women. I think you got to take these things into context. You can write off a lot of things Jimmy does if you take them by themselves. But you can't when you paint them in the picture of everything that's going on.
It's really hard to defend when you stack things up like this too. Some of the shit he did is just you can't defend it. You just can't. The swatting shit, fucking, you just can't. I've thought a lot about this since you asked me to come up here, and man, it's rough. It really is. But that doesn't mean he can't, grow up. I guess is my point.
I agree with RG's point. Jimmy has a lot of growing to do, and he can still do it.
He's probably mentally, 16?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. He has to go to driving school, whatever the fuck he was talking about. I just don't think he's a bad guy. Some things he does is pretty fucking shitty or fucked up. I just don't think he looks at it like that. And then he probably looks back in retrospect like, fuck. That was fucked up. I can't be doing that, y'all.
What did it fucking say? Crow just bailed on us, huh?
Yep.
Is it? I think
So
that was
everybody,
his,
while we're
his
up here,
drop the mic
me and
moment.
RG, everybody say Jimmy's a good guy. Crow ran.
Even through all this, though, the chat is still kind of half mixed, which is surprising because Crow had some pretty damn good points. And then there's people in chat who are taking this way too seriously, and that's always fun to laugh at too.
Yeah, I mean, shit, it's chat. It's this sector. We throw chairs.
Hard saying Krogran.
Look, he ran.
I prefer to think of it as a drop the mic moment, but maybe he did run. That works
I
too.
think he ran.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on now. We're Jimmy's top. We got this shit. We're the attorneys, the groove attorneys, the groove
fucking
lawyers.
Irish Wi-Fi.
My phone died. I'll be right back.
His phone died.
Okay, while we're up here, we can talk about all the great things Jimmy does since Krog ran.
Well, he's not Tibbs. We give him that. He's not
Boom.
fucking Cyrax.
There we go. He's not Tibbs or Cyrax. He showed us a cool monster shirt.
His monster shirt that he wore to the bar with sweatpants tucked in. You mean that one? I believe it glowed in the dark.
Yeah.
That's how you get all the bitches, dude. Art makes a good point too. He says, should he not being Cyrax really be the bar? Yeah, that's true too.
When it comes to this territory, yes. When it comes to people that people view as locals that aren't definitively locals, I think that is the bar. As if they are worse, or if they're as bad as Cyrax or worse.
Krog's throwing chairs in chat. He says, why don't you two make pro High School of the Dead arguments till I get back? Connie's saying I'm his stepdad. Which is actually something Deacon fucking said to me too before we were fighting. He's like, you know, he's not your son, right? that kind of hit hard, actually. Yeah, believe it or not, there was a time when Deacon actually, I wouldn't say liked me, but he tolerated me.
Yeah. I think that shit all changed when him and Cyber got linked up.
Yeah, Cyber's probably behind a lot of this. Again, Jimmy's too fucking dumb to see it. He's too dumb to see when he's being manipulated by a fucking old fat black guy in front of 100 people. And everyone sees it but Jimmy, which, you know, that says a lot too.
Yeah. But I also think a lot of it has to do with Maya giving him money to keep Deacon protected or whatever the fuck she said the donation was for. And he just feels like he has to do that. At least he's not giving him God
fucking
riches.
shit. He came close today.
I know.
Well, he's gonna pull something, and I'm just gonna say fuck it. That's what it's gonna come down to. He's gonna take my wrench away. Something's gonna happen. He's gonna fucking slander me, and I'm just gonna fucking turn my back. And that's what it's gonna come down to. It hasn't happened yet, and I hope it doesn't. But I see it. I see Deacon fucking doing or saying something, and I'm just gonna say fuck it. And things are probably gonna get a lot worse than they are, I would imagine.
Yeah. But I don't think Jimmy's that. I don't know. He sees, like he said, he sees the whole chessboard. He sees the whole board. So we just have to hope he sees at least some of the fucking board. I think he knows better than to give Deacon or Maya the fucking God wrench, because then he knows it's going to turn into Cyber. And what
Look
Cyber
who decided to join his own stream.
Oh, is this the hater?
It is. The man whose goal it is to shut down the groove.
Well, maybe you want to support a Wally watching rapist, but I don't.
He's not a rapist. He does not watch Lolly.
He said he was going to rape my girlfriend. He is a rapist. And then he
said it was disgusting, but he has not taken any actions to do it.
Well, after he said that, he watched videos of women being beat up. So I fully believe
that was street beefs.
Well, no.
What does that have to do with it?
Right.
Street beefs or not?
Sage, you're done. You're done.
I was uncomfortable watching that to the point where I believe I left. I have been having to leave these panels a lot lately, actually.
So Sage thinks it's cool to threaten to rape women, then play videos of
lie.
Just the other day, he showed a video of a woman getting murdered. Straight up murdered. I had to drop for that.
He hates women. So does Sage, because he's such a fag.
That's a lie. I love women.
Sage has no use. Sage has no use for women. That's why he hates them.
Hey, just a quick announcement: WTRD is having a stream next. Everyone should join that. I think it would be fun.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
He did DM me, and we'll wait. We're bringing this to a close.
Closing statement: Jimmy's a great guy. Krog is a liar.
No. We're not at closing statements. We're not. At closing
I got
statements.
one word for you. He's Irish. What else you need? What else needs to be said?
Facts. Can't trust them.
So
white
far,
people niggas. They're the niggas.
So
of the
far,
whites.
so far, I've raised some good points. Jimmy watches degenerate cartoons.
Okay, there we go. That's fair. Degenerate cartoon.
He celebrates women being assaulted and fantasizes about
I think the word we agreed on was lewd. We're staying with lewd.
Well,
that's still degenerate.
No, I never once agreed with that.
Yeah, he did it. CRG, you should just let
it go. He totally did. I heard it.
He did not.
So,
he did not.
Jimmy fantasizes about raping women I mean, that's a fact. That's a true fact.
Disavowed.
No, you can't disavow from a fact.
I know,
Right.
but he's grown since then.
It was last week
Yes,
again.
so you're accepting that it's a fact. Okay. The guy's just done so much degenerate shit. Personally, I think if you support him, you should be on the list of people, just like the same people who support Cyrax.
Well, you want to put me on a
Sorry.
list now, faggot?
I'm
We want to
I
go
am
there?
putting all Jimmy defenders on the list.
Oh, fuck.
Obviously, I'll give them some free time before I start acting on it. I want to give people. I want to give people a chance to
You're going to
think
get
about their
swatted,
actions.
buddy.
I want to give people a chance to think about their actions.
Hope you like pizzas.
Yeah,
This is on fire.
but this guy does the worst shit known to humanity. He doxes. He watches the German anime, and then he
Well,
deserves.
Would you
Every
support his
single-
fan of being a male porn star?
I won't support anything Jimmy does. And it's just
That's fair.
it's my goal to ruin that man's life, and I'm going to continue. And
Keeping
for
the black
everyone-
man down.
and for everyone who supports Jimmy, I'm glad you make it so obvious that you support these degenerate.
I just get it over with, will you? Take your kill shot. And let's move on.
To anyone who supports Jimmy, I'm glad you make it so obvious that you support these degenerate animes. I'm glad you make it so obvious that you support doxing and swatting.
None of
I
those were
hope you
supported.
guys don't
We
get
support the
swatted.
groove.
Well, I hope none of the group supporters get swatted. They definitely wouldn't deserve it. I hope Jimmy never gets swatted because he definitely would never deserve that. I'm not encouraging any of that. It's just an opinion. Except Sage. Sage deserves to be swatted. I fully encourage everyone in chat to swat Sage.
All right, well, we're heading on like 3 hours. This
Casualty
is
award.
dying here.
Yeah, I'm absolutely hammered. I should stop an hour ago.
Closing statement. Krog endorses swatting.
Yo,
I don't endorse
He's a
swatting
horrible
unless
person.
no,
Everybody
I
have a
don't endorse
fantastic night.
swatting. No, I don't endorse swatting unless it's Sage or Jimmy. Okay.
just separate the
and-
art from the artist. Let's try to have fun.
No,
Right?
and-
No,
and-
come
and-
on. Come on, Krog.
No. Sage deserves to die by a police officer.
Art
So does
has an
Jimmy.
outro song that he wants you to play. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Oh fuck. Can one of you guys screen share?
Yeah, I don't know how to fucking work this, to be honest. Sage drops.
Send it. Send it, Art. I'll try my best.
You got the opening going. You can get this one going.
Strauss says, "How are you still going, Crow? Go to bed."
We got fucking Strauss watching this shit now. Jesus.
It's so good. What do you want, Art? I can maybe do it. You just have to tell me what it is.
I can try to do it.
Art, if you come up, I'll play it. Art, if you come up.
Yeah, there you go. That's
play
a fucking easy solution.
And
Well, I'm going to drop. That was fun, and you suck. Later.
yeah, well, you lost that argument. You defended the man who swats people and watches general anime. Not a good look, RG. I think you're a good man. So we've got the Art backstage. Well, there we go.
see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, and I want to spend
Well, whoever was playing that just left left the stream. I guess I got trolled into thinking there was going to be some outro music. He's coming back. You play me again. I'm playing my own outro, okay?
the raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky, just the two of us. You and I. We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted water's all that is, and it don't make no flowers grow. But things might come to those who wait, not for those who wait too late. We gotta go for all we know. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building them castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. I hear the crystal raindrops fall on the window down the hall, and it becomes the morning dew. And darling, when the morning comes and I see the morning sun, I want to be the one with you. Just the two. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.